Can I come in and play? Nobody wants to play with me out here.
Hello, if anybody's out there. If nobody is out there, I'll just hang around a little while. If no one comes in, I'll go back out about my important gaming or whatever. Hey, Nikki, what's so wonderful about it? The sun's shining, birds are singing. Very boring day. Just thought I'd come in and waste some time before I decide to make dinner. Oh, hey, welcome aboard.
What's not boring about it? I've groomed all German Shepherds. I've um, cleaned out my chicken coop. I've worked on my bees and beehives. And then I have to convince Mr. Nicky that tomorrow he has to cut the grass.
Yeah, it sounds like an awful lot to put on a guy.
I know.
You're a slave driver.
I know. But
Yeah.
he's still with me after 25 years.
How much
He
honey
must
do you produce?
this is our first year, so we
Hmm.
haven't produced any. I just go out there and talk to them and play with them and make sure they're doing what they need to do.
What do you have like any particular flowers around or anything like that for them to be getting their pollen or
Yeah,
whatever?
we've got mint and a whole bunch of other herbs. We've got meadow flowers. We've got the clover. But the funny thing is even though that's in their front yard, and you would think that they would, use that because it's close to
Mhm.
home. No, because actually bees can fly up to 5 miles away from their hive
Really?
to get their food. Yeah.
I knew a couple in town, they did it for years. Um, and I remember they had a deal with a local orchard. Every spring they take the hives out and have them there at the apple orchard. And it was, a mutually beneficial thing. The bees would, you know, they got they gather pollen. Is that the deal?
Mhm.
Yeah. So they'd gather that apple pollen and make good honey that way. And of course, the orchard was getting pollinated.
Yeah.
Oh God, he found us.
Uh, that's what he's laughing about in the background. I just read it.
Just can't have a minute. Hey, go cut some grass.
It's too hot right now to cut it. If he cuts it now, it'll just turn brown.
Oh man, I checked this morning at 11 o'clock. It was 80 degrees with a heat index of 88.
Right now we're sitting at 89 feels like 97.
I haven't even checked it all. The rest, I've been sitting here by the air conditioner. Hey Siri, what's the temperature? It's what's the heat index? Oh, really? 87, 88.
Okay. So, yeah.
It's funny how unless the humidity dropped, there was like I forget what it was, an 8-degree difference this morning. Now it's a 1-degree difference for the heat index. And oh my God, we're talking about the weather.
Oh, no. Yeah. That climate change that happens to be in a cycle.
You don't believe in global warming?
It's not that I don't believe in global warming, it's that I do understand that humans have added to it. But if you look back scientifically, everything goes in a cycle. I mean, we had the ice ages, where the glaciers were so far down in the United States and then they retracted. And then they came back and they retracted. That's how we ended up with our lakes and mountains and stuff. So no, it's a cycle. We may have
And
added to it, but
see,
it
but
still was going to happen.
let's see, those old ones, that was caused by dinosaur parts.
Okay.
It's scientific fact. Look it up.
Just like the
That's
cow farts
yeah,
are, causing so much. Did you know that I forget what country it is, but they're charging $100 per cow because their cows fart?
yeah,
The farmers have to
yeah.
pay $100 per cow to be able to keep the cow.
I'd have to see that from a reliable source. I gotta
Um,
wonder if somebody just made that up. Because that's one of the stupid things liberals do, by the way, is somebody bringing up something like that, like methane from cows. And then people on the other side can latch on to that instead of, talking about the real science and that. That's why liberals annoy me, even though I am one. Because
it's
they,
actually in Denmark.
for some reason, I was going to say it sounds like Denmark. That's like a lot for a dairy farmer to have to pay an extra $100 a cow tax.
Right. And all you got to do is Google it, and there's plenty of them. Um, CNN, Fortune, Hacker News, Times of India, a London. I mean, there's
Observer.
yeah, Business Green.
Again, in
It,
2030, will be taxed $17 per ton. Will increase by $43 by 2035.
yeah. So what's that going to make your milk cost? I mean,
I
in
know
some
that's
places it's already at $8 a gallon.
well. My problem with something like this too is what are they supposed to do about it? Like if you put a carbon tax on, a place that burns coal for electricity or whatever, if you put enough of a tax on somebody, they'll say, you know what? Maybe we should look into a way to burn it, you know, uh, like, more cleanly.
Mm-hmm.
You put a tax on a cow. What's a guy supposed to do? You know, stop feeding
Oh,
the cow beans? I don't know.
well, they're saying that they're investigating new food sources. Um, let me find it again.
And then they'll be wondering why people are getting sick from the milk or whatever.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing too is, you know, all these different quote unquote um, chemicals and new advancements that they have now. It makes you wonder why. And I understand that we as humans have um, technologically advanced and we have a longer lifespan now thanks to some of these chemicals, etc. But what are these chemicals actually doing to us? I mean, back in the 70s, you didn't see children who were obese. Now you hardly see children who aren't a little bit chunky.
Yeah, they track. Well, and things like asthma has been increased over the years.
Right. And allergies.
Yeah.
What in the heck? I just read a text message I got from KY Reacts. We were showcased on Long Island Audit and Lackluster.
Really?
Apparently, the Vigilance Committee.
I was going to say the vigilance. Yeah. Wow. That's pretty cool.
I guess
Big time.
I, yeah, I guess I need to check that out.
Hopefully they didn't say, look at these clowns. They're ruining everything.
Well, that's what I want to see first before I I do that. Because I have a Cliff also just sent me a link. So now I'm gonna have to go look. I'm gonna look at it before I um make a big announcement.
Yeah.
I mean, Cliff just tried to call me.
Oh, is that who was ringing the phone?
Yeah,
I don't know.
but I'm gonna look at this before I go
Yeah.
all oh big time, 3 hours ago. Oh, let me look at my email now since he texted it to me. More. Was something about Harvey Freebird and Galveston Island transparency.
Hmm.
When Galveston Island transparency was using Attorney Shield.
Uh, so really they're talking more about selling the attorney shield than about how great the vigilance committee is.
I don't know. It doesn't look bad. I mean,
What's the name of the
it's
video?
on Lackluster. It's called Ego, Retaliation, and
Okay, yeah.
Updates.
Um, let's bring it in here. We got nothing better to do.
Yeah, that way I can watch it too.
Yeah, it's only about 18 minutes long, so
Neat. Hmm.
You know what? This may shut off on me. Just warning you. I've been having trouble with YouTube, but usually it's just lives.
Well, I'm going to mute myself for a minute. I'm going to call Cliff.
Oh,
Act of failing to ID as intentionally refusing to submit identifying details to an officer.
I can't believe I didn't have it up on the screen. Oh, I'm not. Nothing much happened right now. Just the guy was yelling at the cop about lying to the lady that she had to provide ID. They haven't mentioned you guys yet.
When the person is lawfully arrested, or as a driver during a lawful traffic stop. But somehow, despite this being widely known by the audiences of this variety of content, it is extremely rare to find an officer in Texas who knows about 3802, which arguably is one of the most important details of their occupation.
It's like a major drug. Got to get that ID.
Yeah,
Hello.
they're just taught and trained to get that ID no matter what. When I talked to him later, he's like, no, I appreciate you keeping us honest. And you know, he admits that he had to go back and check out his penal code and whatnot. And he was doing his best not to admit that he screwed that.
All right, Cliff is going to come over here and come up on the panel too.
Okay. I'll pause it till he gets here. Hey, hello,
Wow.
Dale.
Hello, Al.
I'll back it up to where they start showing you guys.
Oh, I don't care. You do whatever you want, sir. This is your channel. I'm just a guest.
Damn straight. So for those of you who just came in, what we're doing is watching Lackluster, who featured Vigilance Committee in video today.
Yeah, I'm not sure which channel Cliff is going to come in on.
Well, the link's in both of them, so
Okay. Because I told him I was talking to you, but I forgot to tell him I was on Old Sarge Finkel's channel. No, I'm on Old Sarge Finkel's channel. It's on both. Oh, Mr. Nicky went to Muckster's channel.
well, that's why I tolerate him.
Oh, okay. You've heard what about this channel, Dale? Hey, KY React. I want to thank you for giving me the good news. I had no clue. I've been busy all day, so I really appreciate you telling me that. I just got in and just checked my phone, so
Yes, one person in that house does work.
Oh, Muckster always does what he wants. Like I said, it's his channel. I mean, neither one of them, him or old Sarge Finkel, have even made me a moderator. So, you know, all I am is somebody who comes up and runs their mouth half the time.
Well, I can't make you a moderator on Sarge's side.
Oh, I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
And I personally think he's a little too prolific with the wrenches, but that's his business. It's okay if he just gives wrenches out as long as I remain a managing moderator and can still smack the wrenches down when they get out of hand.
No, I have enough to do with everything that I do.
One of my favorite things is way back a couple months ago, we're still fairly new, and he gave a wrench to Yuri. And I came in and I said, "Who gave a wrench to Yuri?" And Yuri says, "Yeah, Muckster, you can't touch me now." And so I went over and timed him out for 10 seconds just to show him. Hey, Specs. Yes, Specs gives a wrench to anybody who's been there like twice. You go to her panel twice, she's gonna wrench you. And for anybody anybody who doesn't know Specs, if you like a place where people are usually just pleasant and not talking about serious stuff most of the time, Specs is a good channel to go to. Oh,
well, so kind of like your guys' channel, where I come to relax.
I think we might have a porn bomber coming in.
Oh no, a corn bomber.
I don't use any of those silly terms, by the way. I say kill. I say pedophile. I say porn. I don't do any of that silly crap. Well, let's start.
Important details of their occupation.
It's like a major drug. Got to get that ID.
Yeah, they're just taught and trained to get that ID no matter what. When I talked to him later, he's like, no, I appreciate you keeping us honest. And you know, he admits that he had to go back and check out his penal code and whatnot. And he was doing his best not to admit that he screwed that up.
He can't admit it on camera, but he did.
Yeah, actually, he did it on body cam, actually. And he did it in front of a camera later. Yeah, he did it in front of it later. They pulled me over for a third brake light, and I used attorney shield. And I'll tell you what, I pulled that attorney shield up, and Officer Murph was like, "I'm not talking to somebody on a phone," and I was like, "That's my attorney." And then I talked to my attorney after that, not him. And then Harvey showed up, so these poor cops thought that they were going to get Bruce on something.
Harvey Freebird had been on his way to meet up with Galveston Island Transparency to hang out and do some cop watching. But when Harvey showed up, he happened to find Bruce as the subject of a traffic stop, being held by one of the many officers that know the two men.
Why I stop you, Bruce? Oh, they look like they're working to me.
My third brake light went out somehow. You know, whatever.
The top one doesn't work. Well, tell them to write you the citation or take you to jail. You want your lawyer.
So they got me on this fix-it ticket. Now he's standing at my window staring at my my attorney from Attorney Shield.
Dude, if you gave him your license, you should roll your window up.
And then Harvey Freebird walks up and we got him in.
Did you hear my name over the radio or something?
No.
Or did you just happen to pop in?
I just came in, dude. I was just fixing to call you, and I was like, "Oh, there's a stop right there. Look on your phone." I texted you. I found one next to the Sammy's Mart. I texted you.
So the funny thing was, I pulled in for the stop. They had a car stopped.
Yeah.
And I pulled in, and then Murph pulls in behind me, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then he spotlights me. I was like, "He's pulling me over."
You were already stopped here?
Yeah.
And then his printer went down, so he couldn't do anything. He had to wait for another car to show up to print me my ticket.
How long have they had you stopped? United States versus Rodriguez. They got 20 minutes. They better hurry up.
So he's sitting there holding me, and my attorney's like, "We have now been here for 15 minutes." Dude, Nino is standing right there by the window while it's all going, and he's actually laughing his ass off. He's like, "Man, I actually love you guys," because it's comical. He's like, "Yeah, Murph pulled Bruce over and thought he was going to get him somehow on something, and now Murph's having to talk to an attorney. Cops hate lawyers." So now Murph has to talk to my attorney. Harvey comes back over around the corner, and he's filming up harassing me.
Hey, Murph, I got a question for you, man. How you been?
Good. How are you, man?
Pretty good. I went to Matt Reardon's lawyers and watched the body camera footage that night when y'all gave him a DUI. You're the one that pulled him over, but Officer Olstein's on camera saying, "This guy's a cop watcher. Let me take it over from here." Why'd you let him take over your traffic stop just because he's a...
Comment on that.
That's sounds kind of fishy, man.
Have a good night, sir.
You let Olstein bitch you around like that? Can't even conduct his own traffic stop.
And Nino was just sitting there, and he's like, "You guys are great." He's like, "You're holding everybody accountable. You're making sure we know our penal codes." That's an ongoing case because it has not yet been dismissed. I have to buy a new third brake line. So.
Okay. And
Bruce is on the phone with Attorney Shield. Jesus.
Long Island Audit was even saying that Attorney Shield just wouldn't.
What's with the buffering?
Might not be a good thing for auditors to have.
Let me pause that for a minute and see if it'll catch up. I never get buffering. It must be Cliff's fault.
Probably.
But now I have noticed too here lately when I go in and edit one of our lives down to a video, that the actual video that has been edited sometimes has that buffering in it too. So I don't know.
But maybe he'll start using.
Well, and if I were to use it for auditing, it's not meant for that. I get where he's going with that, but it was meant for that traffic stop, and it worked.
Jeez.
Great.
nice. So yeah, I used Attorney Shield.
It worked?
Attorney Shield worked. The attorney popped right up and started talking to him.
If you send that to Lackluster, he'll post it on his channel.
Damn Skippy, I will, even if there are problems. And we had some problems after this interaction. But first, to be clear, nobody suggested that they do this. Nobody's hired them, paid them, suggested that they use the app, or even make videos to tell their story. This was all done without our knowledge. Neither Sean at Long Island Audit, myself, or our staff even knew whether either of these guys had purchased a membership. But I'll let
I have a membership too.
Bruce
by the
and
way.
Harvey explain, and return afterwards to detail the steps we've already taken and are already coding to implement into future versions of the app.
I know that night of the traffic stop, you were extremely happy with the Attorney Shield service, but as I understand it, there have been some issues since that night. Would you care to explain that?
Yeah. So I got pulled over, and I'd been looking for out and phone. I went ahead and hit my Attorney Shield. A lawyer popped right up. I'm talking, the cop walked up to the window. I hit the buttons as he was walking up. He got to the window. He looked at me and said, "I'm not talking to the man on that phone." I said, "That's my attorney." And from there, the attorney took it. And I quit talking to the officer about the stop. The officer wanted some hard copies of my stuff. I asked the attorney if he wanted me to hand him to him. The attorney said, yep, go ahead and hand that to him. I did, and it worked great. I think having that attorney there that fast was huge. That officer did not want to talk to an attorney. So
cops fear attorneys.
Exactly. He didn't want to be sitting there in front of, talking to an attorney. He knew he was outclassed in the knowledge department. So he went back to start writing his ticket, and his ticket printer was broken. Another officer showed up. They had to call for a backup officer. This is relevant because now we were at 10 plus minutes on this traffic stop. You showed up really quick because he had walked off, and Nino said something about, wow, you got an attorney on your phone and you got Freebird behind you. The lawyer went ahead and told him, yeah, we've been on the stop now for 12 and a half minutes. I think they got me my ticket probably right at the 15-minute mark. And I came out of the van as they left and went and talked to Harvey. And at that point, I don't think I could have been any more pleased with the service. I was extremely happy. Then I got an email from him telling me that, it had happened and some confirmation there. I requested the video, and they got back to me the next day, and there was an issue with it. The video didn't get recorded, only like the first 15 seconds.
Bruce will explain this more in detail, but in the same way that they had connection issues at the beginning of their stream,
I'd been looking for phone. I went ahead and
our system read that glitch in the connection as a call termination and stopped recording.
Their customer service was really good. They got right back to me. They told me what happened. So basically, like when we're doing these stream yards or when we're live and we lose connection for a second, it lost the kernel and then didn't re-record the situation.
The call reconnected and put Bruce in touch with his attorney, but the app failed to reinitiate the recording. However, thanks to Bruce's cooperation and his response to the error, the issue has now been resolved and no longer occurs. Furthermore, we're working on 2 new features that will allow for the recording to be stored on the user's device and our servers. Second will be a recording option, allowing you to record any interaction without connecting to an attorney. While recording, the attorney button will be displayed on the screen, allowing you to connect with an attorney without stopping your recording. Those videos would also be stored on your device.
They assured me that it was going to be fixed in the next update. They were really responsive. So, I think it's kind of a negative that we lost that. There's no doubt about it. I really wanted that video. It was some pretty good video.
So the only video that exists of that is what I recorded.
And the officer's body cam.
And the officer's body camera, which you are going to be getting soon.
Yeah. And I had some audio from my dash cam, and 100% my fault. I should have just turned my dash cam so that I had backup video. But
yeah, so your dash cam was pointing at the street in front of you. Yeah,
it was.
Okay, so on a scale of, I know right after the traffic stop, you were like, I've rated Attorney Shield at 10. But now after, so hold on, because I just now thought of this. Are they saying it was because of a bad signal that they didn't get the video recorded? Because I seem to have a good signal where I was at.
So to an extent, what happened is that the signal did drop, but they said it dropped for less than 3 seconds, but it didn't regenerate the kernel in order to start recording a new video. So there was a little hiccup, kind of like we have our hiccups when we're live.
Yeah.
And it didn't restart for some reason. Or like the hiccup that we get when we walk by a big building or something, it just slowed down enough.
But we still get it recorded, even though the video quality is really bad, it still gets recorded.
Yeah, and what happened there was it went to the main host server, but since it was Friday and there wasn't a person in the main Attorney Shield department to grab it, it was only held for 24 hours. So man, it was just everything went together at the same time, and they failed to keep the video. They said that they now see the issue, and they're planning on fixing it. They had, and they actually talked to me about it, and I was like, well, what about having the attorneys have a screen record that holds thing for a little bit? And what he said is he's updating the way that it sends out kernels, and anything new is going to have hiccups in it. I'll give them that.
On a scale from 1 to 10, what do you give it?
Because of what happened, I'm going to give it an 8.5. If they had had that video and it had kept it, I would give it a 10 all day long. I want to give them a little bit more points because
8.5, that's pretty high.
But their customer service was really great, and they came out and they got the cop off my ass. So I mean, I was going to get the ticket. For anybody who hasn't seen it, it was a brake light ticket.
Third brake light.
Yeah, third brake light was out. It was a stupid thing. He wrote me the deal, but yeah, and I'm giving it the 8.5.
You already got it fixed and got the ticket dropped.
Yeah, I'm giving it that 8.5 just because the customer service was very real. It was very personal. I'm talking, I emailed him. He emailed me back in like 10, 15 seconds, like the time it took him to type it. We were having a real-time conversation about it. He wasn't a jerk. He understood I knew what was going on about it. He explained it very well. Even in their failure, I think that they succeeded to have better customer service than I would get from any other product.
Yeah.
Well, shit, that's worth something to me. Even if you give me a bad sandwich, if you give me really good service, I'm still going to tip you.
Well, there you have it, folks. This man, there's his experience with it, and I don't want to draw this out very, very long because I just want to keep it brief. And I think we've covered everything that I wanted to cover, and that's his experience from it. He is still an advocate for it. Me personally, I don't know.
Hey man, for what it was, for the $8 a month,
yeah,
or $6 a month,
I just, I feel like that I'm okay with dealing with cops, but I do like the fact that police are scared of attorneys, and that gives you another line of defense.
If you don't talk, they can't say, well, he was slurring. That was crazy, dude.
That was kind of fun.
What do you think about your boy Harvey immediately showing up?
Oh, no, I thought that was awesome. It still did its job where Murph quit messing with me, and, staring at an attorney is something cops do not like.
Yeah. They're intimidated by an attorney, not you. They want to get you. But when you got an attorney right there in front of their face, they're like, oh.
Oh, yeah. He was hoping he was going to be able to get up to that window and give me a ration of shit and get me to do something so that he could do something. I was like, I just held up my phone. I was like, there you go. That's yeah, there you go. Drag it back. I was like, there you go. He's like, I'm not talking to the man on the phone. I was like, that's my attorney. And that was it. He was pissed.
I love it.
Yeah. So
Currently, we're waiting on the body cam footage from Bruce's experience, but in the meantime, we wanted to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. This, without a doubt, was our blunder, and we want to own it and be as transparent as we expect our government to be. We built the app from the ground up. It's fully custom and we own the code, so no one can shut us down. And considering the powers that we're up against, that was really important to us. But it also means that we'll run into a few unexpected errors from time to time. But no matter what, we're going to handle it. The app works. A big thanks to Harvey and Bruce for allowing me to use their videos for this presentation. I've linked their channels down below so you can watch the full videos they created regarding this incident. Be sure to check them out and let them know I sent you. And if you haven't become a member of Attorney Shield yet, use my link below and my code LAC for 10% off your membership.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so just so you guys know, even though he didn't mention our names, he did pin the link to our channel in his video. So that was kind of cool. I don't know what he meant by the good, the bad, and the ugly, though. So the ugly must have been my ugly mug on.
No,
on
actually, actually, Cliff, he pinned the link to our video where Harvey and Bruce were discussing it, not our channel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
The good, the bad, and the ugly is it's good that Attorney Shield. Well, yeah, I don't know what he's talking about the ugly. Now that I think about it, now that I start to run my mouth.
I think he was just, putting out the full quote, the full, full Eastwood on it. Yeah.
Right. No, I know, and I'm just joking anyway. But how I found out about it was Harvey texted me saying you made it on Lackluster's channel, and I'm like, what? How in the hell did I make it on there? So then I went and watched it. It was, it's about them, and it's about Attorney Shield. And just so everybody knows this too, the very first day that they announced Attorney Shield, I signed up. So I was probably one of the first to sign up to have a membership. I haven't had a chance to use it because I hardly ever go anywhere and I never get pulled over by cops. So, but I've got it, and I think it. I think just the testimony of Galveston Island was awesome. That it really does work.
But Lackluster's a big channel, and even if it took buying Attorney Shield to get on there, that's good publicity.
Yep, 1.25 million subscribers on his channel. So yeah,
but we didn't buy Attorney Shield to get on there.
No,
I know.
I wonder if Harvey or Bruce told him.
I think Bruce did. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Bruce sent him an email and probably the link to the videos, ours and his and Harvey Freebird's, because he kind of put them all together into one video, which is really cool. So yeah, I was kind of surprised and happy about it.
By the way, speaking of promotions, I put a bunch of links out there while that was going. Everybody, please subscribe to everything. I put Vigilance Committee out there, and I put Ariel and Killings up there. We're trying to get their pages up. And, of course, every chance we get, we talk about the FMAC podcast channel that we're starting, where we'll be doing one-on-one talks with people who have stories to tell.
Cool.
Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I even linked KY over there. I don't know why.
Well, from what I understand, he's the one that contacted Nikki about this, and then I contacted her after I watched the video, and she said, "Yeah, I already know. I'm on Muckster." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So, and she said, "Get up here." I said, "Okay, here I am."
Okay, so now let's go back to talking about bees.
Oh, you guys were talking about bees?
Yeah, we were talking about her bees whenever the phones started ringing all over the Nikki house.
So have they produced any honey yet, Nikki?
No, she's muted. She must have stepped away. No, she said earlier that they haven't yet.
No, I've been sitting here. I've been talking, but I've been muted. I'm real good at doing that. They've produced honey, but not enough for me to take yet. I've got like 3 frames of honey, so I've got to wait because they use that honey to live through the winter.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, you want them surviving.
Let me
Yeah,
ask you.
so
Let me ask you this. Okay, when you get a new queen, how do you get it to not run off to some other city? How do you get it to just start a new hive there with you?
basically they come in a cage, a wooden cage that has screen wire on the top and bottom, and you put that cage in between your frames in your hive. You let her pheromones invade the hive basically, so that all the bees that are in the hive start learning her smell and start accepting her. And then on one end of that cage, there's a candy plug that the bees will eat to let her out. And it
Hmm.
takes 3 to 4 days for them to do that. Um, and by the time they've ate through that candy, because her pheromones have spread throughout the hive, they accept her as a new queen. And most
Interesting.
queens, unless they have just hatched and need mated, most queens actually don't like being exposed to the light. So they stay inside the hive
Huh.
unless they get too crowded. And then the worker bees will actually raise a new queen, and the old queen and the foragers will swarm. They'll take off and go find a new home, and they'll
Huh.
raise their new queen.
Interesting.
I just learned more about bees in the last few minutes than I've ever known in my life.
Yep, me too.
All I ever knew about them before is they pollinated, they make honey, and I don't want them anywhere around me.
Yeah, I don't want to be stung. Yeah.
If you leave them alone, they won't sting you. You know, kind of along the same lines, if you ignore them, they'll go away.
You notice I have not talked to Cliff since he got here and he hasn't gone away?
Yeah, that's
So much for that theory.
I heard Mr. Nicky in the background laughing.
Yeah, I heard that
Yeah,
too.
yeah. You got to remember he's about 20 seconds behind us. That's about the
Well,
difference between StreamYards and YouTube.
I always heard he was a little slow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, by the way, another promotional announcement. Tomorrow, 4:30, I'm going to try to do a panel on Project 2025. If you don't know what it is, I did a short video giving a brief thing on that. And that'll be one of the rare times when we're doing something about a specific subject. So I
Is that
threw that in
4:30 today or 4:30 tomorrow?
tomorrow, Sunday, 4:30 Eastern time.
Okay.
I put up one of those coming soon things, whatever you call it, where it says
Yeah, I
Right.
don't think
where it's scheduled.
we'll have a conflict. Our show tomorrow is at 1:30 Central, so 2:30 Eastern. So
Mm.
yeah, we'll probably be done by then and be able to pop over.
So what else you guys been up to?
Well, not much. I really like the fact that Lackluster in his video, and he didn't need to do this either. He mentioned Matthew Reardon in that case. And really, that could have all been edited out, but he didn't do that. So I was pretty happy to see that. He talked about Matthew Reardon and Officer Olstein, and that Murph kind of turned it over to him. So, but I thought that was pretty cool that he left that in there.
Yeah.
Still trying to get Matthew help. So
It's amazing sometimes what the government gets away with.
yeah,
Targeted patent. If you've been seeing them now for about a year, hanging around in your basement, they probably have a hive inside your walls. I hate to tell you that, but
he's got some honey in his walls.
Yeah. Let's hope they really are honeybees and he's not just seeing, yellow jackets or something.
yeah, or wasps or
I mean, not that I'd want honeybees in my wall anyway, but better than some of those others.
And I have to say thank you, Dale. You did give me a compliment saying I'm smart, but I don't know. You don't know me very well. How about that?
Well, and once again, you stand next to Mr. Nicky and people go, hey, yeah, she looks pretty smart and pretty.
Yeah.
He agrees. He said, ain't no kidding.
Yeah, that's always been a trick I employed all my life. Just surround myself with stupid people. And then everybody goes, hey, that Muckster, yeah, he's on the ball. And, I mean, I don't want to mention the other three guys around here by name, but, you know what I'm saying.
You mean Old Sarge and Aereo?
Until one time.
Watch us suck.
Oh, speak of the devil.
We don't want to incur the wrath.
No. Well, I'm not afraid of them. You're the only one I'm afraid of.
Well, yeah, but you haven't heard this.
I've seen your wrath. I've seen it.
Around here and you've got me pissed off. I'm the fucking voice of reason around here and you've got me pissed off. I'm the fucking voice of reason around here and you've got me pissed off.
Oh, Dale, thank you. But I don't know. I think you're just trying to, be nice so I don't kick you off of our channel.
Hey, nerdy.
Not at all. We like Dale.
Well, somebody has to.
You're mean.
Oh, Muckster's not mean. Don't say
Actually,
that.
I gotta
take you off his panel.
No, I have to start being nice now that Killen's become the tyrant.
Oh, has he become the tyrant? What did he do?
Oh, he let that BTSLBK guy, whatever the fuck his stupid name is.
Broken system, broken trust.
Yeah, gave him a large piece of his mind. And that guy could use more pieces of mind because he doesn't have much brain power of his own.
That's the one that K-Far's girlfriend is the mother of their kid or something.
Yeah, I don't know any of that.
Yeah, I don't either.
I have a very low interest in all those people, but it's been kind of thrust upon me just because of Sarge.
What kind of people are you?
Well, Wrangler and GS and K-Far and that whole.
Yeah, I don't even mention their names. I just don't talk about it. Not even privately anymore. I thought you were talking about the 1A community, and I was going to like defend
Oh,
them.
no,
No,
no, I
no.
am a supporter of that.
Good.
I've often said, though, that I am a supporter of the people who do it right. I don't
Yeah.
like instigators.
Yeah. And some of them are. Some of them have a. I mean, they've got a history though, and that's why they've become instigators. They've been wronged pretty badly. So every time they see a cop, it's like it's they get flashbacks. I think.
Yeah.
But
From
wait a minute, Muckster. I think you like me, and I'm a known instigator.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't
really.
ask Cliff.
Yeah, she can be. Yeah, I like it though when she plays devil's advocate. So
Yeah, I never liked that. I don't like. And well, here's the people I don't like. Someone who will just give off a whole line of bullshit and then go, I was just playing devil's advocate. It's like, well, then go talk to the devil.
No, I always, when I do it, I announce. I am playing devil's advocate here.
before
What
she even gets
about,
started.
yeah, I always announce it.
It's
So,
always in forms of questions too, that most people would have. Especially
Well,
people that don't understand the 1A auditors and what
it's
they do and what they're trying to achieve.
it's different. Like if you're talking about, well, let's just keep with that subject, and you say yes, I support them and this and that. And but what do you think? Don't you think it's wrong for them to do a church? You know,
Right.
that's kind of being devil's advocate, but you're being upfront about it. I
Right.
guess what I'm saying is I don't like trolling. People who will
Right.
say stuff just to get reactions that they don't really
Yep.
believe in it.
Yep. There's a
yeah.
lot of people out there like that too. Yeah. I'm not too appreciative of trolls. Be genuine. Be adults.
Oh my Lord.
What?
You could just call me
That
Muckster.
one. That one right there. He's agreeing that I'm, and never mind, I'm going to take it as a compliment. I'm damn good at it. I'll take it as a compliment. So there.
I don't know why
You're,
I'm not seeing the people in the chat. It's
Are you
weird.
got comments on? Because we're on two different channels. If you're on just
Ah,
Mucksters, you're not seeing the chat.
well,
right.
if you
Yeah, I'm
you
on
should
just Mucksters.
you
Yep.
should see him come up in StreamYard if you have the.
Yeah, I'm not in front of my computer though. I'm outside.
Uh,
Just
yeah,
what?
I think pretty much everybody else is over in Sarge's. Well, Mr. Nicky was in mine. I don't know if he moved.
He moved. Thank you,
Oh, so
Targeted.
Sarge is streaming this too?
Well, I stream it to both channels.
Oh, okay.
I actually, if I wanted to, I could stream it to what do we got? Like 7 of them,
Yeah.
because Ariel and Killen, then Sarge has another one that would make 5. Yeah, and then we have the podcast one we just started, and we also have a music one that we're going to be using. So yeah, if I wanted to, I could have had 7 of them lined up there. And actually, I thought halfway through the video, I should have told Jens that you could have streamed to your channel if you wanted to, but it was too late by then to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay. All right. Now I see everybody. There's KY Reacts, Targeted, Dale Elliott, Nerdy Nerdleton. Yeah. Howard County Observer. Good to see you. Farm with Harmony. Yeah. What are we giggling about?
I think it's gang up on Nikki.
Is it? Well,
Yeah.
don't be ganging up on my partner.
Yeah, but they're doing it in a good. Doing it in a good way. It's not really
She
gang
can
up
take
on
it.
Nikki. It's using Nikki as a target
Punchline?
to get you guys. Yeah, a punchline to get you guys to start going, probably.
Let's talk about this partnership idea, by the way, because
Yeah.
when I've watched you guys, I see you and other, men folk talking and talking, and the only time I hear Nikki's name mentioned is, "Hey, Nikki, you want to bring up that paper? Hey, Nikki, you want to show that photo? Hey, Nikki,
No, every
Nikki,
once
go,
in a while
go, Nikki,
I'll go,
go
what do you
research
think,
this
Nikki?
for us
Nikki,
because
what do
we're
you got?
busy."
I say, Nikki, what do you got sometimes? But sometimes we allow her to talk. I mean,
Hey, Howard,
I'm joking.
What's up?
Hey, Howard, how are you doing?
Bad, not bad. How about yourself?
Hanging in there. Can't complain too much. Nobody'd listen.
That's right. Nobody would listen.
To I don't know what you're talking about. I'm here with Muckster.
Yeah.
I thought it was what is it? A project 2025 discussion?
oh no, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow. Oh wow, I'm a day early. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I was
So
just
you
running.
probably,
I was just running a promo for it today, but now this is just general discussion.
Oh,
You got
yeah,
two and
oh,
a half
okay,
minutes,
cool.
Howard. Two
there's
and a half
Ariel.
minutes left.
Yeah, actually,
Hey,
Howard, we were talking about the birds and the bees minus the birds.
Yeah.
Love the bees. Love the bees, people.
okay. Uh,
2 minutes, Howard. 2
um,
minutes.
I got 2 minutes. Oh,
You got 2 minutes, man.
I don't know what to talk about. Shit.
What do you
I was
What do you know
watching about what?
What do you know about pollinators?
Oh, the bees. Um, I know that they for a long time they couldn't figure out what was going on with them. I know a lot of it's been linked to GMO corn and uh, the way they bioengineer and then try to patent uh, the biogenetics. Um, shit, they're real good at that. Corporate farms instead of family farms. Uh, if you use this seed, you must use like this type of weed regulator or soil, whatever the fuck you want to call it, kind of stuff. Yeah, genetic research. Yeah, it's a really interesting field if you do it right, use it for the right reasons. If not, it's like any other science, man. I mean, shit. Most science, when they hit these breakthroughs, what's the first thing they use them for? How can we fucking weaponize this? Just how in the fuck can we weaponize this? And then after they figure that out, then they start looking at the more practical applications for it. Okay. We've wiped out the enemy. Now what can we use this shit for? How am I on time?
Ariel's got the clock on you.
Yeah, I
You got
know.
30
That's what I was
30
asking.
seconds.
I got
30 seconds.
30
If you're
seconds.
talking,
Okay, well, I'm going to put that in the bank and I'll wait for tomorrow night for 2025 because I want to talk about Article 9. But anyway,
Okay.
y'all have a great one.
all right, Howard.
And I didn't mean to fuck up your conversation about the bees.
Oh,
That's all
Yeah.
right. Come back when
Anyway,
you got
later
something
on.
to say.
we're doing it 4:30 Eastern time.
Come back when you got something to say.
Howard is always in and out, so we've made it a running joke
Yeah.
that he only gets 3 minutes when he comes in.
Yeah.
I give him a hard time. He's a good dude.
And
Well,
I
I
knew he would know something when I just threw that out there. What do you know about pollinators? I knew he'd have something to say about it.
Yeah.
Is that Cliff?
And see, you guys didn't even miss me.
I noticed you weren't there. I saw the little muty thing.
So how come you guys hate the bees, man? Nothing wrong with the bees. Bees don't do nothing.
But I got to tell you that if I had property and I was going to put stuff out there to attract pollinators, I'd be wanting stuff that attracts butterflies. That's just me.
I get all of them. I get the bees. and the
Butterflies and bees go to the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, there's stuff that are of particular interest to butterflies. I forget what they are, but I've seen it.
I get the bumblebee and I get the regular bees.
Yeah, the bumblebees are interesting because nobody's told them that they're really not supposed to be able to fly.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yes, this aeronautical engineering says that it is impossible for a bumblebee to fly. By the way, I don't know if people know this or not, but bumblebees do not make honey. They make tuna.
They what?
That's
they
why I
make
like
tuna.
it. Yeah.
Haven't you been to the store, Cliff, and seen bumblebee tuna?
They do. My
Okay.
favorite.
All right, I get it now. Yeah. I was a little slow on the uptake there.
That's why Nikki likes to have you around. I think we discussed this already.
Yep, that's right. Yep, she's more.
Apparently,
she's
you
more
make me
smarter
look
than
smart.
me. Oh Lord.
But no, Muckster, as far as like me talking on the channel and stuff, I do, but a lot of times I like to sit back and watch everybody kind of do their thing, and then I'll swoop in with one of those, stupid questions and get them thinking. So,
Well,
but
I
I'm
mean,
glad you noticed it a
The
little
smartest
bit.
one in the room stays the quietest, I think.
and I do think women should know their place.
We're not gonna go there whatsoever. Nope. Done that once already. Not gonna happen again.
Well, I didn't say what your place was.
Yeah, you get to choose the place, Dickie.
True. My place is where I want it to be.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just remember, this is my place. I don't care what Ariel says. Now, if killing comes in, I'll back off.
Well, at that point, it'd be 2 against 1, right?
No, I'm not fighting nobody. I don't care.
No, we kid killing because it was somewhat out of character for him to lose his temper, but it was well deserved. Right, Nerdy?
And see, I think that's why Cliff keeps me around, is because I pretty much stay even keeled, but when I do lose my temper, I think everybody knows it, right, Cliff?
Oh yeah. I never lose my temper.
Baloney.
People think I lose my temper more often than I do. Just because I'm yelling doesn't necessarily mean I am out of control mad.
Right.
You know.
It's very controlled.
To quote Albert Einstein, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I think that was Einstein, wasn't it? Might have been Danny DeVito.
No.
I get those two confused.
I think a lot of people have used that.
That was the Hulk. That was the Hulk guy. The Hulk guy.
Actually, if you're going to be pedantic, it was David Banner.
David Banner. There you go. That was him.
Because all the Hulk said was, "Grr!"
No, it was Lou Ferrigno.
There you go. No, but
Oh,
no,
well,
actually, it would be
the
Bill
Banner
Bixby.
character said it. Yeah, Bill Bixby said it.
Yeah.
And Lou Bixby or Bill Bixby also said, "Hey Eddie, eat your dinner."
Yes, he did.
I can go obscure pop culture.
Yeah, I'll bet most audiences wouldn't even know who Bill Bixby was.
And he also said, "Where's Mrs. Livingston?" Everybody under the age of 55 or so just said, "What the hell is he talking about?"
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he also said, I'm a loner as a person, but then I always was, even as a child.
No, I'm pretty sure that was Oscar Wilde.
No, it's probably Eddie Murphy.
Oh, and I just remembered William Holden played him in the movie. God.
William Holden played who in the movie?
He played Eddie's father.
Oh,
I can't remember the name of the character, but it's just my brain has so much useless stuff in it.
Yeah, mine too.
That's why I never know any of the useful stuff.
Oh,
usually that's the good stuff. The rest of it, we could throw away.
yeah. Just the other day, I was in for Public Safety's channel, and he was talking about Lackluster, and I said, I'm not even subscribed to him. And today I've got I'm a member now. So that was funny. I was shocked. I was definitely shocked.
Yeah.
I've been trying to reach out to him for months on the Matthew Reardon case. So, but hopefully at some point we'll get the exposure for him. Harvey's been doing a good job of it. Galveston Island and firm audits has helped. There's been a lot of them that have, featured a video about his case. So we're getting some traction, just not enough to really make a difference yet. But hopefully soon.
Yeah, keep working at it. That's all.
Yep.
And we've been working on it and working on it and working on it. We've been working on it so much that Cliff has been very discouraged at times.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you get a little burnt out too,
You just start running out of ideas of what to try next, and it seems like every time you take a step to be proactive about stopping a situation, it just doesn't stop the situation anyway, because they end up breaking the law and doing it anyway. It's like our government does what it wants. Power does what it wants, according to Rogue Nation.
That's the amazing thing is I can see where the frustration would come in, because you look at it and you're going, well, wait a minute. They didn't even follow the legal process, so this should just be over with right now. But no, we're not going. We're just going to pretend that we did it the right way.
Yep. They draw out the process, and the process is the punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. It'll all get exposed all in one 2-hour thing, a documentary series or something at some point, and people will be, wow, I didn't know that. Even though we've been trying to expose it the whole time. So
Dale, I do have to say that my town was approached by Flock to, I guess, sign a contract with them that would cost X amount of money per month for them to keep the video data for, up in the cloud for 30 days. So that if something were to happen, like a stolen car comes through town, they'd be able to, track it. But with some good research and maybe a little bit of talking on the part of a couple of the council members, our city decided that they were not going to use that because it would violate rights of the normal everyday person just going back and forth to work.
I always say it does.
Hello, Trek.
what are you talking about, city, Nikki? It's more like a village.
Shh. You're not supposed to tell anybody that, I'm the village idiot. So,
Well, I live in a town. Last I knew, the population was around 1,200, maybe less now. And we don't even have our own cop anymore. But a couple of years ago, our crazy town mayor wanted to put security cameras around town at various places.
Got to spy on its constituents.
Well, it was a she.
There
You know how it is when women get in office.
Yeah.
And knowing her, I'm sure she would have wanted to be able to monitor it from her home.
Yeah, probably.
She was something else. She thought she was like, Richard Daley or something.
Kind of like that Tiffany Hensley in that town.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Definitely the
and
same
see,
type.
I don't understand. Okay. I'll admit I'm a female, but I don't understand like Tiffany Henyard and all of that. I mean, aren't women supposed to be like the caregivers, the ones who are nurturing, and yet you've got the Tiffany Henyards out in society that actually, I don't know, I think she gives women a bad name, honestly.
It's a different generation. That's what it is. I mean,
well, yeah. I mean, you're always going to get, the outliers, but that's the bad thing about it is, you can have like 20 great female politicians.
Well, I like how Nikki's prefaced it. She says, I know I'm a woman.
But that's kind of like, well, I'll give you an example, and people can disagree with me, but I liked Obama. But one of the things I didn't like about him was I didn't think he was forceful enough on getting some stuff through. But on the other hand, he was in this position of being the first black president. And basically anything he did wrong was going to be pointed at for any person of color that wanted to run again. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like the same thing with like this Henyard. Anybody who wants to put down a woman running for office, they'll go, look what happens when you put a woman in there. Look at that, Tiffany.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing about stuff like that. Like I said, you can have, 20, you can have 100 good female mayors, but people are going to go, see?
Yeah.
And
you can't do that just by one bad example,
Well, but it is. I mean, that's
too many people do that. Yep.
Yep.
Right.
That's America. You can have 100 old white men in office, and 75 of them are bad, and people still be going, well, you know,
Yeah, it's a good track
you
record.
can't. It's not everybody. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, what's
It's
up, everybody?
That's just politics, guys. That's how politics is. It don't matter whether it's the United States, Puerto Rico, Russia. It's all the same everywhere you go, guys.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's harder to shoot people here, but yeah, it's still.
It's not harder to shoot people here. All you have to do is pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like the politicians, you know, they're.
Well, yeah.
Well,
It's hard to get
to
away
that
with.
point, to that point of you know, a woman traditionally should be a nurturer and a caretaker, right? Well, what is a man supposed to be? Is he supposed to be the protector, the defender, the powerful
That's right.
one,
You got
physically?
it.
The dragon slayer and the breadwinner. Yeah.
That's it.
But,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll
but
tell
look
you.
at, but look at,
Well, I'm
There's
going to answer
roles
your
in
question.
society, folks.
Let me answer your question because according to Mr. Nicky, a man is the guy who's supposed to be sitting there drinking a beer while his wife does all the work around the house. I'm just saying.
Now, wait a minute. To be fair, he does the cooking, from what I understand. So, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
but to have this perception of, you know, the woman is the caretaker and she can't be a leader, but the man is supposed to be a leader and a defender and the powerful one. But look at the leaders that we have around the world. They're all dressed up like women in their fancy suits and their weakness. And one of them's a comedian, and plenty of them are old men. And it's like it wouldn't take much but a light breeze to blow some of these leaders away. You know what I mean?
Well,
No, I don't. I actually don't know
But-
what you mean by dressing up like women. And no, I don't know what you mean.
But to that point, behind every man in power, there is a strong
woman.
woman behind them. And that
Yep.
strong woman is the one who, in reality, is pushing the ideas to their man to put out to the world. How else do you think women actually got the right to vote? It wasn't because some guy thought, hey, we need women to, you know, balance the power out. It was because some man was henpecked by his wife saying, hey, I have a right to voice my opinion. So you need to convince all these other men that their wives who are supporting them are, you know, have the same rights. So go out there and do it.
Yeah, look how
Yeah,
that worked out. We gave them the vote, and the first thing they did was outlaw booze.
Yeah.
Hey, and by all means, my statement was not to put down women. It was to put down the leaders that we are looking at today.
Yeah.
I still don't know what you mean by all these old white men out there dressing up like women and getting blown away.
I think there is a leader in Europe who actually does cross dress.
We are, listen, we have roles that we play. It doesn't mean that I'm better than my woman or she's better than me, but we do have roles that we play. I cannot be a mother because I'm not, you know, I don't have breasts. I can't breastfeed my kid. I can't, you know, push a baby out of my body. It is what it is, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying. I wouldn't call it roles that we play because that sounds like we're pretending to fill those roles where I think, I mean, there is. See, now, here's something profound for you. I think men and women are different.
We are. Completely.
We are.
Physically, everything about us is different.
I know I was being sarcastic.
Well, in the way we think, you know.
Yeah, I do believe there's an evolutionary thing that as a whole, women are more nurturing and so forth.
Yeah, I mean, I live it every day, and I'm not against women. I'm here for them, and the women that I know in my life are here for me. Not not in any servitude way, but in a natural way, just as I am there for them in a natural way. You know what I mean?
Personally,
Right.
I
To be a
try to be
helpmate.
I try to be against women, but they won't let me get close enough.
That's a good one. But
And
even
then
but
we have crickets.
but just as my male friends, some people are, yeah, I'm gonna call out some stereotypes here, but just as some people are nerds, some people are ball players. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
have these physical types, you have these intellectual types, but I can't have babies with my boyfriends. You know what I mean? I just have boyfriends because we play together. But when I engage in a relationship with them, it's like, hey, when the shit goes down, I need you to step up and at least follow me if it's a physical thing, or if they step up and it's an intellectual thing, I back them up. I'm the one backing them up. Whereas if it's a physical thing, they back me up. You know, it's different than like my marriage. You know what I mean? Whereas she's intellectual and she's a female, so I have to be a man. Whereas she has to be the female. Like you said, you're not pushing a baby out of you. I have to step up and do the things to support my teammate in those situations.
And I see that right there is what I believe is the downfall of today's society. Okay. I am a strong woman as far as pushing buttons, getting my ideas out there. I stand up for myself. I I don't expect my husband to defend me all the time. If I open my mouth and I run my mouth and I get in trouble, I don't expect my husband to come in and bail me out. Okay. But on the same notion, there will be times when my husband and I are equals and he will in his own way step up and support me, if that makes sense.
I mean, it 100% does, especially in that type of marriage relationship. Is that you know I will never expect my wife to step in between me and another man arguing. However, if my wife, we drink, and if she gets herself into something, I'm not just going to be like, oh, she's drunk, she's about to get in a fight. No, I'm going to snatch her up and drag her out of there, or I'm going to put my hand in the face of whoever's coming at her for what was said, even if it's my wife's fault. I'm be like, hey, no, this stops now, and I'm gonna snatch her up and take her out of there. You know what I mean?
Right. And we have too many women now. And once again, I'm sorry. I know I'm a woman and this may be unpopular, but we have too many women now who believe that they don't need a man for anything except having babies. And that's just not true. Period.
In what way?
We need men, whether the women out there want to admit it or not. We need men to help fulfill how we feel, to make us feel like that little princess at times, to give us the continuing push to be the nurturing people that we're actually supposed to be.
Well, we need each other, Nikki.
What? Well, that's the next question is, what do men need from women then?
We need.
Well, we need them to stroke our ego, man. That's what it comes down to.
Listen, I made me a coffee and it was good, but if my wife would have made it, it would have been that much better. Just saying, guys, because she when she makes it, she makes like a good coffee, and she enjoys doing it. Not that she has to, but yeah. I'm just using that as an example. We need women for all kind of things, guys. Just a partner to talk to, some companionship.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. I believe in teammates, and
we need someone to make love to, and they need someone to make love to. Just saying, not trying to be nasty.
No, I 100% get.
That's the truth. Targeted pattern, you're right. Too many women are empowered and entitled, but ignorant at the same time.
Yes, Summer, they make more than coffee. I'm just saying that I enjoy her when she makes my coffee, because she makes me a beautiful cup of coffee that tastes way better than mine.
Because she put love into it.
That's right.
Well, you've heard of this term.
Tell her to make me my coffee. That's the thing.
It's just
that's
one
not what I
small
have it
example.
for, you know?
That's just one small example of
and I appreciate
how
that.
a woman can make a man feel when they do something for them.
Yeah, women are awesome.
You've heard of that term incel, and it's often more objectively put as men are incels, or some men are incels. But I think that term goes for women as well, because let a successful woman draw a line. What do they call it? The 666. Like, you got to be 6 foot tall, you got to make six figures, and you got to have at least 6 inches. And you know what? If you're gonna draw your line there, well, good luck on finding all three of those things in the same place. You know what I mean?
You just took out more than half of the men. So just saying.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
And
I don't think that we need to be drawing that line. I mean, there are women out there who have drawn that line, but I mean, I know I probably matched that description, but that wasn't my line that I chose when I chose my husband.
and there's nothing wrong with that. Other women want to play a different role, and that's fine too. We're equal, but we're different. That's what people got to understand.
Well,
exactly. Everybody's equal, but we have different perspectives.
Yes.
Well, you have the same freedoms. That's the equality, but your individual capability will differ. And that's why I believe in the teamwork thing, because somebody is bigger, faster, stronger. You know what I mean? So
why
that's
is that
why
important? Why is that important in today's society?
Well, because you can't do everything by yourself.
But I mean, bigger, faster, stronger. Everything's electronic and machinery. Who cares how strong you are?
Well, say you're bigger, but your friend is faster, and you got another friend that's stronger.
We're talking marriages or relationships here. We're not talking about a group of friends. We're talking about man and woman.
Oh, okay.
Why is it important for a man to be bigger, faster, stronger?
Well, my wife makes more money than I do, but I'm the physical presence. You know what I mean?
And what is it that you provide that she cannot do herself? Have sex? Is that it? She can buy a vibrator. You're the one who said you need the bigger, faster, stronger. I want to know what it is that
things can't get done around the house that
what
track could do.
she can. What she can buy her own riding lawnmower.
Okay, then she can hire somebody then. Okay, well,
Yeah,
same thing. Then she's just getting another person to do it for her.
well, I'm just saying you throw that out there. I want to hear your reasoning behind it. I mean, as far as that goes, if she can't do carpentry, she can hire a woman who's a carpenter. You don't need to hire a man.
Okay, well, what about opening the pickle jar like Target and Patton said?
Oh, my wife opens all the pickle jars. She's stronger than I am in this day and age.
And Muckster, I'm sorry, but you actually have taken my role. You're the one who's putting out all the
I'm not being devil's advocate. I actually want people to give specifics behind this stuff that they throw out there.
The thing is that women can never take the place of men, and men can never take the place of women. Again,
Well, see, that's just a generality. I want to hear specifically why in today's society, if you have trouble with a pickle jar, they have these great electric jar openers that'll just pull
that you can grab jars with, right, and open them. Yeah, I get that. Or you can knock on your neighbor's door and ask them to open it for you.
I need to know, other than sex and making babies, which also can be done without having a man living in your house
on forever like that.
Well, Muck.
Yeah.
It's about teamwork. It's not about man and woman necessarily.
You've mentioned teamwork 40 times. I want to know what each member of the team is providing.
Well, it's like the yin yang. There's the light.
Actually, it's not yin yang, by the way. It's yin and yang. But go ahead.
Well, but you understand what I'm saying.
No, I don't. That's why I keep asking questions. I want specifics. I don't want because
if you're
this way.
If you're going to interrupt me, then there's
no
point.
I'm going to interrupt if you're just going to ramble and not say anything. Now say something specific.
Yes, the yin yang. You say it how you want to say it. I'll say it how I want to say it.
Well, that's a great little phrase, but what the fuck do you mean by it?
Well, are you going to let me describe it?
Describe something.
Okay, so you have one side that is light that has a little bit of the darkness. And then you have the dark side that has a little bit of the lightness. However, it is a circle, and they both have a little bit of understanding for the other side. That's how teamwork works. Like, we don't do the same thing, but we fill the same space. Does that make sense?
No, you still haven't really said anything specific.
Oh,
you
okay.
You just described the little yin yang symbol with the little curvy things around them. That's great, light and dark, but you haven't really said why it is necessary to have
bigger, faster, stronger,
which means nothing.
And then on the other side, you have love and compassion and forgiveness.
Let's describe bigger, faster, stronger is what he's asking. I think he wants you to be specific on how that benefits a woman that from a man.
I'm saying in today's society.
Yeah, it's
it
has society changed in a way that there's all these other tools that women can use instead of a man, and I think that's it's not good for society.
No, because then the woman's by herself, right? And the man's by himself.
She's not going to be happy, and neither is he, if they can't get together. I mean, and it's not
exactly.
If
you take your attribute and you're going to try to do it by yourself, most people would say good luck. But when you have a teammate that has the other stuff that you don't have, it doesn't matter whether it's your income or whether it's your power and strength or whether it's your mentality. If you have somebody that has the converse of what you have, then you have a full circle.
Well, let me ask you
Whereas
this. Let me ask you this.
if you're doing the same
Let me
thing,
ask you this.
you're
I'm not
going to be
let you.
working.
I'm not going to let you talk forever, Track. This is what you do. You
Okay.
just make your statement and stop so other people can come in. So let me ask this. Why does it have to be the opposite sex?
Yes, I did mention that because that's my situation, but I feel I did not guarantee that it would be that way.
Are you replying to me or somebody in chat?
I'm talking to you.
Okay. Well, no, because I'm asking everybody. Y'all are saying that it's necessary, but
Yeah, I prefer.
does it have to be
opposite sex myself?
Well, sure, you prefer, but is it necessary for the relationship, for the team that Track likes to keep mentioning?
Oh no,
that
listen,
it has
I
to be
can
the
have
opposite
I
sex.
can have all kind of relationships with men and with other women. It's not the same relationship I have with my wife. That's completely different.
Well, I mean, let's stick with a marriage type relationship.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
gonna be just with a woman.
We're not talking about your personal preferences. We're talking about in society and the whole idea of needing something from the other person. But does it have to be the opposite sex? I mean,
It doesn't have to be the opposite sex. It
It's whatever
just
makes them
has to
happy.
be that what one person happens to be their strongest attributes. The other person balances that out by having other attributes that are strong. It
That's what
doesn't
makes
have
a
to
good
be man
relationship.
and woman. Your relationship has to be in a balance.
okay.
Symbiotic.
Well, you realize where we started was a woman needed a man needed a woman.
In my eyes, they do.
Well, and you're okay for you personally, but as a
That's
general,
that's my world. I mean, I
Well, I
don't
know,
live
but
in the other world. I don't see it that way. I'm just saying. And if people want to live that way, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm saying as a general rule, not just as a personal preference or whatever.
I got what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
There's a good example. There's a movie. It's called Chuck and Larry. They're both firefighters, and it's a comedy movie. And one dude loses his wife, and he's got 2 kids, but he needs the benefits of having a partner. So he convinces his best friend to get married to him, and they get questioned about, like, are you actually gay? But ultimately it doesn't matter. It's, hey, these are the rules, and if we get married, my kids get benefits. So that becomes a real life question of, hey, if I married my best friend but we aren't intimate with each other, does it matter to the government, or is it just a piece of paper so people can get benefits? You understand?
Now you're bringing it all down to just economics and money. You're saying that the importance was that they could have the insurance or whatever else, and it has nothing to do with providing to each other personally on a personal level.
Well, if me and my best friend decided to do that, and we obeyed the law as far as the paperwork is concerned, does it matter if we are intimate or not? Because
I didn't say anything about intimacy, and I don't really care about the law. We're talking about what people provide each other in a relationship. And you're saying it's all about insurance and pensions.
Okay, so where is the difference between the intimate relationship and the law? Who's going to inspect what we do together? Honestly,
I have no idea what that has to do with this conversation.
well, I'm married. Nobody has come to inspect our intimacy,
Yeah,
but they
why
do
should
tax. But they do tax us differently.
yeah,
Yeah, we
and
just signed a contract. That's why.
I just totally do not see how that is relevant to what we're talking about for people providing for each other. You're bringing it all down to just money. I mean, if I married a woman that was a millionaire, that'd be great, but I'd want more out of it than that.
What more would you want?
I'd rather have a poor woman who loved me and supported me.
Okay, but that's the personal relationship. But you understand there are government regulations based off of relationships and how you're tied to each other. Because two people can be receiving government funding if they stay unmarried, whereas if they get married and they bind each other legally, it can take away benefits. You understand that?
I still don't know what the fuck that has to do with this conversation.
Okay.
I really don't. We're talking about whether you need a man and a woman, and or whether it can be two people. I mean, I don't care about the law, and I don't care about, insurance or whatever. We're talking about what you provide to each other. I just find
Well,
it
you talk
kind
about
of
needing
disagreeable to
somebody.
bring it down to the legal thing.
When you talk about need somebody, do you need somebody?
Me personally,
Yes.
or in general, no, not really. I'm doing. I get along by myself. But we're
But
talking about society in general.
someone comes to your house and does things for you. Is that true?
I lost part of what you said there.
Somebody comes to your house and does a service for you, for your health. Is that not true?
I have a lady that cleans, yeah.
And provides medical services to you?
No, I have a nurse for that.
But they come to your house.
Yeah, because that's where I'm at.
Okay. So
Now, are you?
No, I'm not coming at you like that. I'm saying if you had a person.
If I had a wife, I still would not have her treating the infection in my leg. I would want a professional.
Well, yeah, that's why I go to eye doctor. I don't let my old lady
Exactly.
eyes. I mean, just saying.
The whole thing is whether it's male female dynamic or male and male friends or female and female friends or even male and female friends. The whole dynamic of friendship or relationships is that we have these relationships to help bring balance into our life. It's great that people are out there doing it on their own, hiring things that need to be done, but you still have to have that emotional companionship.
Yeah.
But so you don't need bigger, faster, stronger. You need
Unless you're
somebody unless you're what?
Unless you're weaker, slower, And
Well,
shorter.
somebody's always going to be weaker and slower. I
Yeah,
mean, you
that's
know,
right.
somebody's always going to be smarter and dumber. Somebody's going to be taller and shorter.
Younger, but prettier, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you. I just come back to what originally. You don't need bigger, faster, stronger in today's society. I think it should be broken down into things like emotional support and so forth. That's a whole nother thing. If you're saying that is what the other person provides, and again, it comes down to, but it doesn't have to be the opposite sex, as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone has different wants, needs, and desires.
Yes, yes.
So it's all in what they want.
That's right.
So Muck, because I need to talk to somebody, and my wife doesn't understand what I'm talking about. Does that make you an emotional support partner?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're going out, you're moving out into friendship, and that's all important too. All relationships are important. I'm just trying to confine this to, the marital whatever. Yeah, you don't have to be married, but you know what I mean, a couple relationship. Because yes, I think it is important to have a circle of friends too. You gotta, I mean, God, do you know how many phone calls I get in the middle of the night from Mr. Nicky saying, "You can't believe what she did now." It's just,
I would believe it. I would. Because that's my role in our relationship is to basically I don't give him a different perspective, and that perspective may piss him off, but eventually by me opening my mouth and poking the bear or whatever you want to call it nowadays, it makes him stop and think, hey, maybe if we change this one little bit, maybe the whole outcome would be different.
and I will go back to something Trax said earlier, but at the time I just didn't think he was explaining it well. We'll go back to the yin yang, and that's what you're saying is providing balance, providing, if people are puzzle pieces, you find somebody that locks together with you.
Yeah. Somebody to fulfill the wants, needs, and desires. And then you have to learn what their wants, needs, and desires are too and try to fulfill those. So that's what makes a good relationship.
Yeah,
And again,
it's all
it
balance.
doesn't, and again, it wouldn't hurt if she was a millionaire, but
Yeah. Having a sugar mama would be great. Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been an interesting conversation, but I have to drop off because my grandkids just came in, and I wouldn't want them to think that their Nana is, one of them feminist people who think that women run the world.
Enjoy your grandchildren.
Well, you better have cookies.
Yeah,
It was
in
nice to meet
fact, I've got a granddaughter too that is here, and she's going to be leaving pretty soon, and I want to get her a cookie. So,
all right.
I do think this was a good discussion, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. So I got to get back in here and get in front of my computer so I can jump off, and you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yeah, man.
You too.
Thanks for coming, Cliff. I don't think anyone has 100% the answers to all the questions, Muckster. I mean, this is why we are where we are today, and this is why we agree on certain things and we disagree on a whole bunch of other things.
I know. I just was trying to keep the conversation going in the right direction.
Yeah,
basically.
I just need people to understand that men are not better than women, and women are not better than men. Okay.
Well, women are certainly better than us in some ways, but yeah, I know.
Yeah. Because it's the way women are, and men are a certain way.
Well, even men, it's like I'm not better than you. I'm not better than Muck. We are who we are, and we have to be us at all times.
But
Yeah.
when you meet someone, right, guys? Like when you meet someone, you size them up, you look at them, you feel what I'm saying? It's just the thing that we
Oh.
do, man.
Oh yeah, even subconsciously, I
Yeah.
know when anytime you see somebody, even if you don't think about it, you're seeing tall, short, fat, skinny,
Right.
muscular, black, white, anything like that, you know.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times, and of course now we're really veering off, but I think a lot of times people can be prejudiced without knowing it because you see a woman with long red hair and you might not be thinking about, Caroline who broke your heart in the 12th grade, but you still, that long red
Yeah,
hair
there's
is going
no
to trigger you
resentment.
in some way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's something that I work on, because
Right.
I look at the people that I encounter. It's like, what type of teammate are you? Even if I don't engage with them or nothing happens, who are you when something does happen? You know,
Yeah. I watched I
I
watched I watched the movie today. It was like a 2-hour movie. It takes me at least 3 hours to watch this movie when I watch it with my wife because it's her. So just saying. She likes to have conversations in the middle of the movie while the actors are talking. And yeah, it becomes hard to watch these movies sometimes. She's funny that way.
but
I'm like,
when you go into public,
yeah. Go ahead, Trey.
I have to go mix pasta. I'll be back
All
in a
right, bro.
second.
All right, we'll be here. It's like earlier I was looking for something that I bought and I couldn't find it, and I still can't find it because someone in my house moved it after I put it there, and I put it there for a reason so that I could see it and know that it's there and I could use it. Now I have no idea where it's at, and now I'm gonna forget about it.
I was doing a total Sarge.
Oh,
Sitting
was
here
you talking?
talking away mutant. Yeah.
Okay. You did a Nikki and a Sarge.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to the FedEx surveillance. How did that go from FedEx to from 2025 talk to this? Yeah.
Hey, this actually all started off with talking about bees.
Yeah. I go outside every day and they're out there. Like where my dogs pee, the bees like that. But they're very docile. They don't, as long as you're not messing with them, they ain't gonna do
Yeah.
nothing to you. I mean, I get it. Some people are scared, if they're allergic or whatever, but um shit, even my dogs don't even care about the bees. They don't bother with them.
I've actually only been stung once in my entire life. And I
Yeah,
was like,
me too.
I was like
Yeah.
4 or 5 years old, and I was walking barefoot and stepped on a flower that had a bee on top of it, a dandelion.
Yeah. I kneeled down on one. That's how I got stung.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a wasp got me, but I didn't know it was there. And or yellow jackets or whatever. I don't know if those are wasps. We shook it. We were walking on a deck and shook the hive, and they come out after us. Got us both. Little bastards.
I told him not to mess around with those bees. What was the name of that movie? My Girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Was it Macaulay Culkin in that? I can't remember.
That's who it was. I was trying to remember.
Okay.
I can't remember the girl.
Yeah, I don't remember the girl. He died, right? He died in the movie?
Yeah, the bee, yeah, because all the bees stung him and he was allergic.
Oh, okay. Who was the doctor? Was it this
I
guy?
know Dan Aykroyd played her father.
Okay, then Dan Aykroyd's in it. Okay. I thought
And what's her name played
Daryl Hannah, no?
Jamie Lee Curtis played, I don't know if was she the stepmother or just his girlfriend. I think she was the stepmother.
Maybe. It's been a while. That's a good movie.
Oh, Anna Chomsky, something like that, was the girl. Let me. I gotta look it up now.
Call me a chump.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Oh, that one guy that played her uncle, get his name. He used to be one of those guys you'd see a lot, but didn't really know. Actually met him sort of one time.
Oh yeah.
Am I looking for my? Well, we're at this like flea market in New York, and he was there, and I took my niece over to meet him because she was all like starstruck, and she wouldn't go over and say hello to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anna Chlumsky. Veda Sultanfuss. I remember she had some kind of funny name. Macaulay Culkin, Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh, Richard Mazer was the guy that played the uncle.
Okay.
Okay. That's right. I forgot about. There was that teacher that was important in her life. I'm not seeing where they called any of the characters doctor or anybody. I was trying to think. Anyway, yeah, that was a good movie. Good movie.
Yeah, it was.
I'm here.
And
all right, Chuck is back.
Anna Chomsky is now 43 years old, by the way.
Oh wow, yeah, it's been what, more than 20 years, right?
Yeah, because that would be right. She was born in 1980, right? So it'd be like 20 plus 24, but her birthday's not until December.
Yeah. Have you watched the Ape movie? I don't know what it's called. Planet of the Apes, I guess. I don't know what it's called.
No, I haven't seen the newest one.
Yeah.
Is it out there?
Yeah. It's okay. I mean,
yeah, it looked like it was going to be a good one.
It's just leading into something else. That's all. You know how they
goes, yeah. So, can you do me a favor?
Yes, sir.
I'll give you my Cash App. No, I was just going to say, I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to make you talk to track for a while.
Yeah, that's
stepping
fine.
off for a few. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm actually stepping off. I'm just kidding about making you talk to track. You can ignore him if you want. That's what I do.
Yep. Understood. So, did you get all that rain yesterday, Track, or no? I saw you had a bunch going down. I didn't get any of it. It was more eastern. I'm more west from where I saw. There was quite a bit of rain out. They were calling for like real heavy rainstorms.
We got the real early in the morning.
Yeah.
And then the sun came out, and then the steam started to raise up off of the.
Yeah.
But then the clouds came back out, but it didn't rain again.
But you got, well,
So,
at least you got the rain. You needed that.
oh yeah, we definitely needed it.
Yeah. I haven't cut my grass because I know once I cut it, it's just gonna burn up, man. We'll see. I might cut it this week. I told a guy not to cut it. Just leave it.
That's how I felt as like, you know, I cut my own grass.
Yeah.
But there's nothing growing. There is no grass growing. It's just these few and far between little.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Mostly what I got out here is like spots, that grow, and then the rest of it is kind of, it grew a little bit, but it's really not growing because it's just no water.
Yeah, it's just hot. That's all it is hot. It's sunburn. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I let the dogs out for a little bit. I let them back in. I let them out for a little bit. I let them back in. It's just too damn hot out there for them.
And the area that I live in, like it's not soil. It's red clay.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of clay down there. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, so the people that have the perfect lawns, if you will, they've dug 8 inches in and replaced.
Yeah, they filled in with regular topsoil with the black stuff.
Yeah, and even those lawns are burnt.
Yeah, they'd have to water them. That's the only way to keep them. And you got to do it either at night or early in the morning. Can't do it when the sun is out.
My neighbor has done everything himself. Where we have other neighbors that have services that come and do things, and one side of the street is completely different than the other side of the street. It depends on where your tree is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my neighbor directly to the left of me has done everything himself. He has completely removed the top and replaced it. And when his grass is on 10, oh god, it's the most beautiful grass.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is.
But right now, nobody wants to keep the water running. Like you said, nobody wants to keep the water running.
Yeah.
There is no nature that is gonna keep his grass from burning to a crisp. Like, he has special grass.
Yeah.
Whereas
Well,
my lawn is it's just nature.
Yeah, the grass that was there, right? It was whatever. When you moved, it was already there. Yeah.
Yeah, the majority of my lawn is clover and some whatever natural grass. Whereas he um did this whole reset and um planted grass so that way he could have long thick grass. But in moments like this where we get 5 minutes of rain in a month and 90-degree temperatures and just sun on sun on sun, my grass, it's not my grass, it's my lawn, my front yard is green, whereas his front yard looks burnt.
Yeah. Well, depending on where you're, like the front of my house gets a lot of sun. The grass over there, there's no trees. The back of my house gets all the sun, but there's a bunch of trees, so the back can stay greener. If I cut the front low, it will just burn up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get that special grass, you really got to take care of it. And that shit probably won't come back. He'll probably have to redo it next year. And Track, I was watching the news there, and they said that this year has been the second hottest summer on record. I believe that's what they said. Since we've been keeping track of, heat, the weather.
Well, except for the rainy days, and I think we've had 2 of them. You know what I mean? We've been 90 plus.
Yeah, I'm talking the whole United States, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about as far as the national weather. This has been the second hottest summer that they've known, like records all around the United States, where it's just been hot.
Honestly, I chalk it up to the Farmer's Almanac.
Okay.
You have highs, you have lows, and yeah, records should be kept 100%. But things go up and things go down, and things level out, and that includes the weather. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go, GMK. Down to 110 today. Yeah, so 90 feels good then. That's what I say. When people say it's cold out, oh, it's 20 degrees, and it's 30 degrees. 30 degrees is freezing, but it still feels a whole lot better than 20 degrees. 10 degrees makes a big difference. But it's like that everywhere. And you see all the storms, all the tornadoes they had up in New York, and they got the fires out there in Cali. There's always something. It's always something going on. That hurricane come through, or Category 1, a tropical storm. I don't know what they rated it. Come through Texas there.
And none of that shit is new.
No,
it's
that's
about
been going on forever, bro. Yeah.
It's about how they pronounce it when they show it on the quote unquote news.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
oh, hey, this is coming through. Well, that hurricane that went through was a barrel or whatever you want to call it, that went through Texas and hit Houston.
Yeah.
That's the rain that we just got yesterday.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Yeah, the broken up storm. Yeah.
Once it does its thing, like, it's gonna disseminate throughout the country in its own way.
It helps out the other spots that need the bad thing is, like you said, you got the 5 minutes of the downpour, and it's been so dry that the water doesn't get a chance to actually soak into the dirt and into the soil. You know what I mean? It runs off. A lot of it just runs off.
Yeah, 100%. Like when I was in El Paso, it was hot out there. But when it rained, it was flash flood warning every single time it rained.
Yeah, crazy.
Because you're talking about the desert, and the desert doesn't absorb the water like that. So when you get a big storm out there, the drainage system can't handle it, because the drainage system should be going down into nature. It should be going to your drainage collection facilities, your recycling plants, and yada yada yada. But when it hits that hard, you got 3 feet of water in the road, bro.
Yeah, it's gotta go somewhere, right? In a rush.
Yep.
And the way, a lot of times, the way our infrastructure is built, it can't handle it. That's what happens. You got one clogged drain, right, in the road. What's it gonna do? All that water that should have went down there goes somewhere else, double, and it just creates flooding.
Yep.
Plus, whatever garbage it takes with it, that'll create problems too. It'll clog shit up and create flooding.
Yeah, I saw on somebody's channel that New York City is gonna start offering like garbage bins
Yeah.
rather than just put bags on the side of the street.
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, where they pile them all up. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that post, and the post, whoever posted it said, "Wait, you guys haven't been doing this the entire time?"
No.
Like, because everywhere I've ever lived,
well, they have bins tracked, but a lot of places they just stack the garbage. I don't know if you ever watch videos, and they stack them taller than you. I mean, you'll go out there and the whole side of a sidewalk's just full of garbage. You got to remember, there's what 9 million people plus whatever live in New York. I don't know what it is now. It's a lot of people, man.
yeah, but where I am, like my house, we have garbage bins. My people, my friends, that live in townhouses and stuff like that, they have collection points where it's those larger, you slide the door open and you throw your bag in, and then the large truck comes by and does its thing.
Yeah, it's like out here we have the collection center. I call them collection centers, whatever. Well, they're called green boxes, so you can drive up there and dump your house garbage there. Not that we have sanitation here. They go around and but it costs you money. Basically, if you live out in the county, I'm like right at the county line almost. If you live out in the county, you're throwing your own garbage away.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. That's going to be expensive for the city for them to get all those bins, because now they're going to have to get a recycle bin and regular trash bin.
The thing that comes to mind to me versus having somebody come and toss all those trash bags, from those apartment buildings, those high rises where you have 1,000 people living, is the only thing that makes sense is to have one of those large bins. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where the truck pulls up and just dumps it in the back, rather than this little plastic thing on the side of the street.
Yeah.
But what comes to mind to me is, how is that truck gonna pull up to one of those things? Because it has to pull straight up, and these places, that truck's gonna have to cross 4 lanes of traffic to do what,
I have no idea.
to do what is going on in my brain of how these bins go down.
Yeah. I know they pick up sideways and front both. They pick up the big metal dumpsters, and then you got your plastic bins, with the wheels that you can wheel out there. But yeah, listen, they have a hard time getting rid of snow in New York City. Okay, that's all I have to say about that. Imagine the garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing that comes to mind to me is like my garbage truck. I've got a plastic bin, and they have an arm that reaches out and it grabs the bin and it throws it in the side. It's not a person. It's a mechanical thing that comes and grabs my can and dumps it in there.
Yeah, Dale. Side
But
loading is now possible. Yes.
but they do that, house by house.
Yeah. Right.
But if you got 1,000 plus
Right. A
people
building.
living,
Right. Right. You're right. Yeah.
you, the plastic cans, they're you're not going to have a can for every apartment. You're going to have one of those big metal things, and you have to approach them from the front, which means that garbage truck, just like I watch at my business, it's going to have to approach it from the front to dump it.
Yeah. I mean, they have their days. They know their days that they can put the garbage out too. So. Yeah. And shoveling snow is very dangerous. Could be bad for your back. You could slip, fall. Also, a lot of heart attacks. Plus, it's hard work depending on what type of snow it is. If it's that wet, heavy snow.
I did something a while back. It snowed here in North Carolina. It was a rare thing. It snowed heavy.
Yeah.
And I walked to the neighborhood that looked like it had money. And I carried my shovel. And I was waving at people. I saw people shoveling their own driveways.
Yeah.
And somebody from their big glass window waved at me, and I waved my shovel. And that person came out in a robe. It was an Indian dude. And I agreed to shovel his driveway. Well, we didn't talk about money because I just wanted to be out there. I was having fun with it. But after I shoveled his driveway, he was like, "Hey, will you shovel the front walk and the front steps?" I was like, "Yeah, I got you." He was like, "Will you shovel the back deck?" And it was an elevated deck and stuff like that. Well, like you said, I slipped and fell, and
In the back.
the last thing that was on my mind was, "Oh, I'm on your property and I hurt myself. You owe me." That was the last thing that was on my mind. Honestly, the first thing that was on my mind was, "Hey, am I okay? Can I keep going?" So I got up and I kept going. And I handled my business. And I thought the dude was going to give me a 20. Like I said, we didn't discuss price.
Yeah.
But he kept saying, "Hey, would you do this? Would you do this? Would you take this broom and get the snow off the cars and stuff like that?" I did it all. I spent time with him and his wife. And this dude pulls. He was definitely older than me, but I wouldn't say that he was like. He definitely wasn't old. but this was a well-to-do neighborhood, if you will.
Okay.
And I was cool with the cold. I wore all my gear. We had a conversation about my story, and this dude pulls out $100 bill when I was done, and I'm like, I came out here to like help people, and you're giving me $100.
Like, yeah,
It literally blew my mind. So I took that $100 and I went home, and I was
He's
like,
got it. Yeah.
yeah, it was wild. It was absolutely wild to me.
You needed to do like, at least four more of those, man. You'd have been good for the week, man.
Yeah, even doing my jobs, and at the time I was working 2 jobs, and it was like, I don't make this much in a day.
Yeah, yeah.
But
they
having
take half your check away, taxes and shit. Yeah, you're getting good, clean money right there.
yeah, not to mention the snow shut both businesses down. It was like,
oh, you was okay. You was okay. You was off. All right.
yeah, it was. What are you gonna do? It was like, hey, I felt froggish, so I left, and I literally went out there to shovel people's driveways so they could continue on with their lives. No money involved. And this dude, like, I shoveled and brushed and broomed damn near his entire property. Anything that was walkable.
Yeah.
And he gave me Indian style coffee. And sat and had a conversation with me, and it was like, wait, what? Why are you giving me money right now?
So Dale says it wasn't for your labor. It was payment for your generosity and your willingness to help other people. Now, was the coffee good?
I look back on it, and I literally walked back. I was walking down the street with a shovel, waving it like, hey, do you want your shovel? Do you want your driveway shoveled?
Yeah.
I didn't have a sign. I didn't talk. Like I said, even
people that do that,
people.
they go out there and they do that. They do it for free. There's people that go out there and do it for money. He probably thought you was doing it for money.
But you know what? He kept adding tasks and adding tasks and adding tasks, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I'm here. Well, what do you want? I'll do it. And his wife made some it was like tea, coffee, curry. I don't know what to tell you. It was straight up Indian coffee.
Okay.
But like a traditional thing.
Yeah.
That's how they do it. And I had a conversation with the dude, and then I swept off his deck, which was on the second level. So there's a grill and there's a deck and all this stuff, and it's like, sure, broom. But
was it a big deck?
It was reasonable.
Oh no, I just say I'm just trying to be funny here. I'm not touching no man's deck. Just saying. That's one big. Have you ever heard Jim Carrey and those guys? Was it Jim? No, not Jim Carrey. What's his name? Drew Carey. Drew Carey and all his buddies. They're talking about that big deck. That's one big deck. Anyways.
Yeah. It was just work to me, and I had fun with it. I was having fun, and then he
would have been at work. So You know.
And then he hands me this $100 bill, and I was like, "Well, we didn't talk about this." But he handed me $100 bill, and I was like, I didn't know what to think about it, so I took it. You know, I smiled. I said, "Thank you." But he said thank you in return. Like, you know, it's North Carolina, so the snow's gonna melt by the end of the day.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but if he needs to get out or whatever, he could get out then. That's kind of the same thing around here. Track like if it snows today, you know, by tomorrow, or it a lot of times it'll snow and it really doesn't stick to the roads because it's kind of warm. That's what people don't understand. That you know, it gets cold, but it's not like further up north where it's super cold all the time, and when it snows, the snow sticks. Over here, not so much. Not that it doesn't snow here, but we you know we get snow from time. We get more than you guys do, but it really doesn't snow a lot here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some elderly neighbors that lived across from me. Every time it snowed, I'd go over there and shovel all their shit in case you know, he needed to get an ambulance or something up in there. They could actually get in there and get him if they had to. So I always kept his front and side of his house cleaned up for him. It's just something you do. You just go over there and do it. You know what I mean? You know that they can't do it, so just do it for them. It didn't take me too long.
Yeah. Even living in the apartment complex that we used to live in, my wife's car, it actually had ice on the tires, so she couldn't go anywhere. I had to go out there with a hammer to break the ice away from her tires, so she could back out of the parking space. And while I'm out there, somebody else comes out and they're like, "Hey, um, I'm kind of in the same situation." And next thing you know, like I'm shoveling and hammering ice away from people's tires so that way they can go and do what they got to do for the day.
What did you have? An ice storm? Is that what it was?
I mean, it is what it is where, you know, it snows and then it freezes.
Yeah, yeah.
But it literally turned into it wasn't just snow and wheels. It was ice that had encompassed, you know,
Yeah.
the tires. And you're talking about backing out of a parking space when your shit is covered in ice. Like, yeah.
Yeah, they'll sometimes those are things you just got to do. You go out there and do it and it's done. Someone, you know, one day when I can't do something, you know, somebody will do it for me. That's just the way I look at it. Where I used to live at Track, the apartments I used to live in, I parked at the very end, and the snowplow guys that used to come in to clean, so they would come and push all that snow up, and I'd always get blocked in there, right? And I'd always have to dig my car out, and I'd be out there sometimes for an hour or so. I get out there early. You know, I would come back and my neighbors would park, and I'd go knock on their door and tell them to go move their damn car. You go clean your spot if you want to park in a nice spot. You guys know I killed myself. Y'all need to go shovel your own shit and give me my damn parking back.
Yeah, I was in a situation one time where I was at an apartment complex, but the exit to the apartment complex was a 45-degree drive up. It's pretty steep, and you know, I got my car out of the parking space. Everything was fine, and even with all-wheel drive, like I couldn't get up the exit to the main road. And so I called my boss and I was like, "Hey, I can't leave the parking lot, so I got to call in today." He's like, "I'll come get you."
Yeah.
And this
Yeah,
old man, this old man, he pulled up in a dually, and he was like, "Meet me at the main road because I'm not gonna pull down into your
right.
parking lot." And sure as shit, I was like, when I called him, I was like, I thought I was getting a day off
Yeah. My
because
boss did the same thing, Track. I
he
called
he,
out. He was like,
he
he called me back.
he came and got me.
Yeah,
And
this dude
it was like it blew my mind. It blew my mind because he was like he was the business owner. You know what I mean? He wasn't just a supervisor or something like that. He was the business owner, and he came and got me. It was like, "You're working today," and it was like, "Okay, boss."
Yeah, I live on a private road, and they will come and plow here because the school bus does go through here. But a lot of times they don't. You know, they won't. It'll be like the last road they clean or what have you. So I was stuck here, and I called my boss. He's like, "Would you mind if I came and got you?" I will, well, if you come and get me. But and I said, no one's getting out here. So if you have a truck, maybe. But my car was not leaving. The whole front of the car was scraping on the ground. There's no way I was going to get out. There's a lot of damn snow. And yeah, he sure enough came and got me. I went to work. It's not a problem. I wasn't going to do nothing but be here all day.
Yep. And it's even kind of funny because the job I was doing was fleet vehicle service for a rental car company. So like when
Is that just cleaning and stuff, or does that include mechanical?
it's a bit of both, like changing tires when they need to be changed and doing oil changes when they need to be changed. But it's mostly cleaning and sending it back out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when the flights don't fly from the airport, the people don't show up for their cars. So I spent that entire day like asleep in a car that we had cleaned to be auctioned off. I had my radio strapped to my belt, but it was like there's nothing to do. Nobody's flying in, nobody's flying out.
Are we talking 9/11, by the way?
No, we're just talking winter time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry, continue. I just wanted to know what we were talking about.
Oh, you're
No,
talking about stuff, just shoveling and doing stuff. We were talking. Yeah.
it's just jobs. It's just jobs.
Yeah, different jobs.
So, Track, can I ask you a question? And I'm serious about this. I was thinking about this as I was out there waiting for my so-called lobster cakes to get done cooking. You know, most people, I would say, I think everybody, but I'll say most, they have something that they think defines them, whether it be loyalty, honesty, whatever. And I was thinking about, you bring it up a lot. It seems like your defining thing is teamwork. And I'm just wondering why that in particular what is it in your life that you decided that seems to be like the most important thing? Because it kind of encompasses all your relationships and so forth.
Well, Muck, who am I without you? You know what I mean?
But did you get that from the army? How did you? I think that's what. But how did you come up with the teamwork type of way of thinking? I think is what he's asking.
Yeah, because if just for myself, if I was going to pick one thing that I value, it's loyalty. Okay. Ariel might say something else, honesty, something. Yours seems to be teamwork. And I'm wondering if you even know why that is your thing.
Well, it's all things encompassed. Like, what are you good at, and what am I going to get out of this? Because I've been abused before. So if we're going to accomplish something together, I'm going to bring something. You're going to bring something. We can't all be quarterback. We can't all be coach. We can't all be the ball carrier. I love soccer, and the players on the soccer field, they touch the ball like you have your main characters, but the majority of them never touch the ball. They're just there. And when you do your job, things go right. So, like, I'm not sitting here waiting for the ball.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here doing my job. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter what position or what faculty I'm surrounded by. It's, hey, how can I help you do what you know how to do? Because I don't know how to do anything.
Let me ask you this, because well, let me this, and I don't want to put words in your mouth or anything. I'm just extrapolating from what you said. Do you think maybe then it's because you have been let down by people in your life, and so you want to make sure that you're always a good teammate, basically, because people have not, been a good teammate to you?
Well, there's another saying too. It's like jack of all trades, master of none.
Okay. Ooh, I almost choked on lobster cake. Okay, I was just curious.
No, it's all good, man.
And I brought the whole thing to a standstill. By the way, I see people are still sticking with us. Thank you for that.
They better. Otherwise, I'm going to come after them. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, since Killen's not here to lay down the law. So you get heavy snow down there?
Time to time, they'll get some snow.
What is considered enough snow to shut down an airport in your area?
I think if they get like 12 inches, 15 inches, they probably.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, that would be
I
the
don't
same
know.
one.
Yeah. I have a airport about About an hour from here in Roanoke. It's not big like the one that Track has out there in North Carolina. I forget the name of it, but I mean, big airplanes fly in there though.
Yo, we got GSO.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: like, I got a buddy. He doesn't have the car anymore.
Hold on a second. Is this real? What's written there, guys?
What?
It says Trump just got shot. Hold on a second. Let me turn my TV on. Y'all see that?
Shots fired near Trump's Mar-a-Lago, 2 in custody.
He didn't get shot.
Shot
Says
at
later
him.
here.
Open fire near Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. SUV breached 2 security points. Florida Highway Patrol, and the incident occurred just hours before Trump is expected to arrive. So he wasn't even there at the time. Okay. Well, that's not the article I'm seeing, Carrie.
Give me a second. I went to go turn my TV on and I shut off my monitor screen because damn remote turns both things on and off.
I guess I have a TV also.
Itself has been very intense. The language has been very aggressive. Lots of people, Republicans and Democrats, expressing a lot of concern about the tenor and tone of this presidential election. How concerned should we be that what we have just seen in Butler, Pennsylvania, is something that we're going to have to look out for?
So they rushed him off the stage. Secret Service rushed Trump off the stage. By the way, they got army guys up in there.
There's going to be more violent feelings, whether there be more actual violence. It's hard to say.
They look like soldiers. I don't know who these guys are. Maybe they're police.
We don't, of course, know what I'm assuming
I'll mute up for a second.
Actually missed, which would have been an attempt to kill the president. I have no idea.
Well, I have to deny the idea that a bullet went past his ear when there's a crowd of people sitting behind him and there didn't seem to be anybody getting medical service back there.
So, it's impossible to know what's happened here. But I suspect the Secret Service will figure it out pretty quickly. And I'm a little surprised that they didn't, if there's a gunman, which it looks like there probably was somewhere, that they didn't pounce on somebody. But we don't know. I don't know what I actually did to Butler. I was campaigning for Obama in Butler in 2008. It's pretty conservative territory. I stood out in front of a UAW factory to beat the ships as they came out and went back in.
I bet there's an acorn.
Take our guns. So that it's conservative territory, working class territory. And so it's impossible, again, it's possible to know what happened until we know what happened.
Well, I did just see it looked like he reached up and touched his cheek there.
Yeah, I was just watching and he like goes down like behind the podium thing.
Yeah.
They're claiming that was, everyone was checked. They have heavy security. You got to go through CIA guys, a whole bunch of other screening. They don't know how this shit happens, but it happens.
Well, the thing is, do you even know it was a gun?
Oh, I have no idea.
Well, I'm saying that in general, you know, because like I said, if a bullet went right past his ear, it would have hit somebody behind him.
Could have, yeah.
There's always somebody behind the curtain.
Again, if you are just tuning in, what you're seeing on the left side of your screen is the yelling at us. Some of the biggest thing about it is gesturing towards us and screaming at vulgarities at the media. We're all in a row here on the rafters above the stage, above the seat there. But I can see police or law enforcement of some sort, Secret Service, state police or community police, getting the crowd out there, getting everybody out of here. Which raises a few possibilities, doesn't it?
There, I just heard somebody else saying about blood streaking across his face.
Yeah, they don't even know if they're gunshots.
Moving in aimless directions, bumping into each other, bumping into tossed equipment. There's a lot of debris around here too. People just hit the ground. Chairs were toppled.
All right, fool, get in the damn car. He out there with his fist up in the air, getting in the motorcade.
Tables fell on top of us. It was a chaotic moment. I'm looking super skating here. Once everybody, you guys, 2 or 3 seconds in, these might be gunshots. It was a sequence of exploding as if we had lit off 10 or 12 firecrackers in a row. And it's easy to conflate firecrackers as effects of gun rounds. Everybody recognized.
Guy said 10 or 12 like firecracker sequence that went off in a row.
Each other or just face planting into the grass or into the ground. And you can see still.
And I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but I could see somebody setting something like that up just to help the poll numbers. Yeah, Butler.
Scott, what you're describing is horrific. This is the worst possible scenario at an event like this. Our politicians are supposed to be able to address the public in a safe environment, and that is why there is so much security. The security that you've described, people being wanded down, having their backs shut. Just
I guess I'll check it out later. No big deal. Nobody died that I know of.
And see, now this is bad. Me and Logan are thinking alike. That Trump's people could set something like that up just because you know his poll numbers are going to go up now. Ooh, look how he was being tough when they let him off of there. Somebody's trying to kill him. He must be doing something right. Not saying that's what happened, but it sure wouldn't surprise me. So, what were we talking about? Bees?
Well, no offense to anybody, but I don't think I'm going to vote for a target. You know what I mean?
Oh. He hasn't definitely named a vice president yet, has he? I think their convention's coming up.
Oh, sorry. I had to make a phone call real quick. I just found out that damn it. Can you hear me, Mark?
No.
Okay, good. No one can hear me now. The Simpsons have predicted that Trump dies, so just saying. Oh. Why do the Simpsons know everything?
Okay. Ghosts.
Yeah, good one, Logan. I'm trying to read the chats now. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the TV. Who knows what's going to come out of this? I mean, like you said there, Muckster. I mean, it could be, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Make it look like, something so that he looks like a hero or better than the other guy or what have you. You never know. Yeah, way too many remotes down here.
Secret Service is involved in. I want to bring in our Bob Costa, who's been speaking to Trump sources all day. Bob, what have you heard?
This is an event that has set off a seismic explosion inside of American political circles. Top Democrats.
Do you know where that was at, Muckster? It's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Butler. It's a college town. It's sort of like
Yeah, he grabs his beer and then he goes down. Maybe it was a bee. We talked about bees earlier.
yeah, it's north of Pittsburgh.
You can't hear it, Nerdy? You want me to turn it up? Hold on.
What happened? This was still moments ago. Go ahead, Bob.
This is unprecedented in recent political history. You see the former president there raising his fist. This is someone who has been defiant in past interviews with Trump. He has confided with me. He has always been worried about his health in terms of possible violence on the campaign trail. And he has said he has a sort of a fatal view about some of his exposure publicly, but he wants to get out there with campaign rallies. In the past, I've talked with former President Trump about how
You got an alibi, Muckster?
Wallace, the former presidential candidate who has been shot years ago, decades ago. But this kind of violence is
I
highly
don't know if Track will witness for me or not.
unusually so. But you see the former president raising his fist in defiance.
I don't think talking on the
Ronald Reagan
internet
last shot in the early 1980s
counts.
when he was president of the United States at the Hilton Hotel in Washington. And he famously also expressed defiance in the hospital room when he was dealing with that shooting and that assassination attempt at George
I'll be
Washington.
right back, guys. I don't know what's going on
A moment in
upstairs.
history here, a possible tragedy, likely averted, but a tragic event for America to see a major political figure shot. I mean, this has echoes of 1968. Unfortunately, when you saw Dr. Martin Luther King gunned down, a major force in this country, Robert F. Kennedy running for president in California in 1968. Now, former President Trump, unfortunately, the list of those who have been shot while running for president.
Bob, that is exactly right. This is already a tragedy, already a historic moment that we just saw unfold. Thankfully, we're told former President Trump is safe. That is the most important thing right now. We do not have details of his condition. We saw when this transpired, he touched his ear, as you're seeing right now. He dropped to the ground, and he was escorted out, carried away by the Secret Service. He is safe. That is what we are being told. But let's get some more perspective here. We have our Ed O'Keefe on the line from Milwaukee, where he is already there setting up for our coverage for the Republican National Convention. Ed?
Adriana, the news of this comes ironically as the facility where the convention is set to begin on Monday is already under the requisite Secret Service security check, which has gotten underway just this afternoon. This is the city that is making big preparations for this 4-day affair. We've seen local police out doing sort of runs through the streets on their bikes to get their sense of what streets have been closed and who might be out and about protesting or planning to. But this is, as you guys have been saying, a total shock and tragedy and a completely unanticipated event. And what was supposed to be otherwise sort of pep rally and prep rally for the former president as he makes his way to Wisconsin in the coming days. This Midwestern city was supposed to host this event 4 years ago for Democrats. Republicans opted to pick it instead. And conventioneers are starting to make their way in this direction. We have no official word from convention organizers here or the Republican Party as they prepare. And obviously everyone coming to the city, if they're getting off planes in the coming hours that they're in the air right now, are going to be shocked once they learn what has transpired.
And how could this change the trajectory of the campaign? This is something that, go ahead.
No, I mean, obviously that begs that question, but Adriana, there's just no way to know. To the point that Scott and Bob have been making, we all have kept in the back of our minds the possibility of something exactly like this unfolding in exactly this kind of setting. A large campaign rally, a small campaign event where somebody walks in and tries to cause trouble like this, especially in an era when, shootings have occurred at all sorts of public events in recent years. The fact that it had not happened until today, right? And now we'll have to
nerdy.
how is the former president, we wish him the best, but also was anyone else there injured? And how does this change the makeup of how campaigning can continue, not only for president, but for every other public office in this country? If now a candidate for the White House has been apparently injured after whatever this incident is in Pennsylvania.
Politicians want to be as close to the public as possible. That's why you see them in crowds. That's why you see them at rallies. That's why you see them reaching out and shaking hands and trying to reduce the barriers between them and their crowds. And like you said, this is going to call into question, do we need to have even greater security measures? Do we need to have bulletproof glass surrounding campaigners as they are on the stages of these campaigns addressing the public?
What's ironic about an event like this, those people that are there or were there for that event should have been screened, would have been screened by U.S. Secret Service. Similar, but perhaps not as aggressive, depending on the deployment of Secret Service personnel, as you do when you go through an airport and you're told don't bring certain things to the event. Don't bring large bags. And don't necessarily, and anticipate that you're going to be in security lines and whatnot. So it is designed to be an event that is protected, which is why it's equally stunning to those that cover these kinds of events. Something like this can happen. The fact that it was open air, however, adds a level of risk that may have led to whatever's unfolded here in the last hour.
All right, and we're going to get back to you in a minute. We're going to bring in Bob Costa, who's joining us now here on set. Bob, what is the latest that you're hearing from your sources?
every single Republican source now and Democrats as well are looking for updates. They know that former President Trump is in a safe spot, as you have reported, and our CBS News team has confirmed. But they're trying to find out more information about what exactly unfolded. This was a catastrophic security failure in the eyes of many of my sources already. Trump, as you noted, is someone who has rallies almost every week, sometimes multiple times a week, and to have a shot come across the bow of a stage, Secret Service covered the former president on stage. When we were in such an urgent political moment, a heated cultural moment, to see this unfold in real time, my heart goes out to everyone who was there at the rally, reporting on the rally, attending the rally. Those are the Trump family. Those are the Trump campaign. This kind of violence is something that is just, we have not seen it before. American political leadership, and it's reflected in my text messages and phone calls in the last few minutes, we're not prepared for this sort of moment. It's a bit surprising in a way. We're in such a charged political time, but everyone now, I've never seen it like this in the past 15 years of reporting, shocked to see the former president there, his hand in the air, defiant after it being grazed potentially, allegedly, it seems, by an assailant, someone trying to assassinate him in some way. We're trying to learn new information, take our time to make sure we can confirm everything. But there are ripples and waves going out throughout the top ranks of American political leadership at this time. This is the presumptive nominee on the brink of his nomination in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is something we really have not seen from a presidential figure since Ronald Reagan, just down the street from our CBS News Bureau, near DuPont Circle at the Hilton Hotel in the early 1980s. This is something we haven't seen on a campaign since George Wallace, the former governor, was almost killed during his presidential campaign. And of course, Robert F. Kennedy, his son, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., running for president now as an independent candidate. His father killed in California in 1968. You can see the former president there ducking. He loves the campaigns. I've been covering him since 2014, 2015, when he started to have campaign rallies. This is not an unusual event for him. This is the bread and butter of his political career. The popular crowd, the roar of the crowd, he feeds off of this. And to have him react with his fist in the air, this is some.
Okay, that's enough of that. We have more important things to discuss.
Mr. Kill Time on the chat. Southern draw where he's at. Iron fist, he don't play. Got his words quick to slay. Dueling banjos, rebel pride. Loaded up, ready to ride. Buckshot in every string. Make you dance, make you sing. Don't mess with Killer No Siree. He's our rabbit dog, you see. Quick, wet, sharp tongue to match. Keeps the trolls out of our patch. In the digital sun he reigns. Carving order like a chain. To his rules we all nod. God bless you, whole Kill Time squad. Plenty logs and feel the change, like the thunder on the range. Respect flowing like a stream, from the keyboard to the screen. Don't mess with Killer No Siree. He's our rabbit dog, you see. Quick with sharp tongue to match. Keeps the trolls out of our patch. Don't mess with Killer No Siree. He's our rabbit dog, you see. Quick with sharp tongue to match. Keeps the trolls out of our patch. When he logs in, feel the change, like the thunder on the range, respect flowing like a stream, from the keyboard to the screen. Don't mess with Killer No Siree. He's our rabid dog, you see. Quick wit, sharp tongue to match, keeps the trolls out of our patch.
I just had to throw that in there.
On the incident at former President Trump's rally, he is in Delaware, specifically his Rehoboth Beach, Delaware Beach home, and is expected to.
F Trump. He got the argument.
I tried, Carrie. It's all your fault. Well, right now we're all wondering why Sarge said he wasn't going to be available today. I think it's about a 6-hour drive from his place to Butler. I mean, I'm not making any accusations, but
You know, when you're busy, you're busy.
You hear me, Muck?
no.
I think the rain is trace is the
What's
rain is
that?
coming after me. I thought I escaped it, but it's coming back. That's what I get for taking a walk around the block.
Yeah, now you chased Ariel away.
You can put it on me.
Oh yeah, nice thing about that video I played. Now nobody can say they've never seen killing on camera before.
You ain't killing. What are you doing? Yeah, here comes the rain. Better turn my phone. We got sunshine and rain at the same time.
I always like that.
It's beautiful.
Still can't hear you.
Yeah, me either. I know what I did. I had hit the mute button for the TV over there, and it muted my monitor and the TV at the same time. I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on.
Yeah, it's okay. Then the neighbors know. They have no clue what's going on with me.
Well, we don't have no clue what's going on with you either, but
A little bit of raindrops.
yeah. Nerdy.
I think the important question is, did they have a spare diaper for Trump?
You know, when these things happen, I think we should be on camera and our hands should be up so we know where everyone's hands are and make sure everyone in the chat is innocent.
I'm telling you, it's a little suspicious that yesterday Finkel announced he was going to be busy until Sunday.
Yeah.
We all know he has no life. So just why did he need all that Saturday time to himself? I mean, he just spent a week with his girlfriend. You know, she's not going to want to be spending any time with him anytime soon.
I think the bag of garbage drove him over the edge. He had to hold it all that time. That's what made him snap. That and the trike.
A Burger King wrapper. Trump eats Burger King. I'm going to Butler.
We all get sick from time to time, Lemmy.
Yeah, but Lemon, you know, you'd be the first one making jokes if that guy who got shot at today was called something like Obama or Clinton or Biden.
It don't matter who the president is. We can make fun.
There will be no fun in here. Hmm.
Hey, my wife just confirmed that there is no fun allowed.
Fun? You want to have fun?
Logan, he was known as Horny Bill by the Secret Service. And Untrackable, no fun for you.
No fun.
That's why he comes here.
Yeah. You know, the beatings we give him here are better than the ones he receives at home. So he feels welcome.
Well, his daughter does look a little mean.
Yeah, it's not a comparison, Gary.
Well, you know,
Right.
they have to fill the time talking about something now.
Yeah, well, Reagan actually got shot, and the other guy, I'm trying to think of his name. He ended up like real bad, face down. What was the other guy's name?
Oh, Brady? Brady? You mean with
that-
Reagan?
Yeah, the guy that was with Reagan that got shot real bad in the head.
Yeah.
Was
That's where the Brady laws came from.
Oh, okay. Where did Reagan get shot? In the butt, in the back, in the stomach? I can't remember.
No, I don't remember.
I think he got shot in the butt area. Not sure. I do remember that day though.
The rain is dropping down right now.
They usually come down. They don't go up, but they can.
Okay. So first Killen yells at somebody. Now you're being a smart ass. I just don't know what I'm doing here anymore.
Sorry, I just learned that from you. I mean, I take notes and I follow the lead.
It's like I don't even have a purpose anymore.
Y'all keep doing you.
We will.
Well, I can't keep doing me if they're going to start doing me.
As long as it ain't you doing me, I'm okay.
I was just trying to think of a doing me joke, and You only,
You do you.
only I was like thinking of like names, and I didn't want to like name anybody because that would have just been weird.
Or we could be like a team and do each other, right? That's teamwork.
Well, let's see what is Trap good at?
Yeah. He can
Teamwork.
multitask, right?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
There you go. It is dream work.
Somebody's got to wash the dishes.
I already did that track, but they are my dishes, so. I do got to wash my coffee cup, though.
You wash your coffee cup?
All the time. I don't do like Mitch.
That's my coffee cup at the library. Every once in a while, Marcia would just get disgusted and have to take it and scrub it out. I kept saying the coffee's boiling hot. It's going to kill anything in there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure the coffee was. You never got sick, right?
It's what?
I say you never got sick. I'm pretty sure it was
Oh,
fine.
no. Yep. Or, as Izzy said, she says to her kids, "Did you die?"
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, I made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches as a kid, and I would lick the spoon and stick it back in the jar and pull some more stuff out, right? Make me another sandwich. I guess it was fine. Yeah, he got brain damage from it, Logan. Yes, he did. And I think his wife was the one that pushed the thing there for that Brady law.
It's just funny when they were talking about repealing the Brady law and all that. It seemed to totally escape people that were arguing about it that it actually came about from because of a Republican. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was considered to be such a evil, commie Democrat thing to do.
Now, was that 81 or was that 80 that happened? I thought it was 80.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
Yeah, I mean
So
Kennedy.
you know what I
Just saying.
you know
Kennedy was.
you know what I did to myself. Now I Got that damn killing song in my head.
Yeah,
I was actually in like 2nd grade when JFK was shot.
Uh-oh. We got a 2-timer up here.
Yeah, well, it's a special day. We'll let them get away with it this time.
It's the weekend. Go ahead. What do you got?
Yeah.
What do you got for us, Howard?
Sure is. You see the breaking news?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Pennsylvania.
Not that much. Keep bleeding from the ear.
Well, it's a big red target, and I don't know how they missed it.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. But I just, oh, the timing of that was just so. Did you guys see where Dr. Ruth died today?
I just saw somebody mention that on Facebook.
Yeah,
They've been talking about it in the chats here. Yeah, Muckster's not paying attention today.
You know, she used to be a sniper.
That's what these guys were saying.
I
That's what they said. She's like
would
4
need
foot 10.
confirmation on that because they always said that about Mr.
Google.
Rogers and stuff too.
Well, I'll tell you what. Go ahead, Muckster, and like actually do a YouTube search. There's
It's in the
I
chat.
suppose it's possible. Was she from Israel originally? I could see that.
He's a Holocaust survivor.
Yeah.
And I know she emigrated to Milwaukee, Michigan, someplace. I'm not real sure about her life story, but she tells it. I mean, from her own mouth. You can do a
said
YouTube
she was a sniper with a Haganah. That was
right.
That was what it was called before they had the IDF, Israeli Defense Force.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was looking at my interesting engineering news, and I don't know why it was, but they were talking about the Mossad chief heading to maybe Greece to enter into talks, I think, about I'm not sure what. But I just when stuff like the Mossad's on the move and just stuff that goes on, I like when you read your morning news or your this is happening news, Muckster, and I find it really interesting. Being from a small town myself, I can read stuff like that in my hometown paper too. Well, I shouldn't say hometown, where I live now town, which I've been living in long enough to almost claim being a native here. The police and fire log. Boy, I've been arrested quite, multiple times for stupid shit around here. I've appeared in the fire log once or twice, but not near as many times as I've been arrested for it. I guess, I'm one of them kind of people around here. You keep an eye on that one. But.
Well, that's our theory with you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I can honestly say that I will live up to my reputation. I can read the Baltimore Sun like that. I was born in Baltimore. You know, honestly, I wonder what's going on in Sykesville on around the Beltway right now. But you know, that's neither here nor there for me. But I was just I was out back with the dogs, enjoying a. I was doing bong hits out back with the dogs and walked into the fact that, wow, Trump just got rushed off stage after shots fired. Huh, imagine that. That's crazy. But, you know, I just, timing of things just sometimes just amazes the shit out of me. A friend of mine, another friend of mine, okay, from where I live, there's several federal prisons up this way. He's an ex-army guy, but anyway, he has substance problems. But he was living in this one place, and one of his neighbors was the fellow who was arrested in Baltimore. I think he tried to assassinate Humphrey, maybe.
No, I don't remember that.
It was back Nixon Watergate 70-ish. I forget who exactly it was, but it happened.
Wasn't George Wallace, was it?
Yes, it was. That's exactly who it was. And he got sent to federal prison and evidently transferred eventually up to this one up here. And when he was released, he wound up here in the local community, and he lived in a place that he wound up being neighbors with my friend. And he wrote a book while he was in prison. I don't know if it's still available on Amazon or not. I had it in my wish list at one time, but it was an expensive book. Even used, it was expensive. But I was going to buy it and ask my friend to get him to autograph it for me. Put it in with my other books. I wonder how much that'd be worth one day.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you'd have to figure it would increase the value.
Sure we would. And if you had the right opportune time and moment to sell it, boy. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I for the chat, I made a little video, and you know, if you guys would care to preview it, please do. And if anybody doesn't like it, please tell me and I will take it down immediately. I'll delete it. But Muckster, I use a Muckster loved this comment from you to open it with, because dude, when I first started talking with you guys, I started watching Finkel, okay? And I thought, damn, this dude's cool. I like this guy because I watch a lot of the auditors. And then he was talking in one of his videos about, you know, charitable stuff, and he talked about Women of the Well. And that's how I started following Hot Mess Summer. And then through him and her, I found out about you, Muckster, and you're like the first three auditors in this particular chat group that I've, you know, you guys were kind of like my introduction into everybody in this chat.
Do you know how Finkel? Do you know how Finkel found Summer?
No, I don't.
Me.
Really?
Yeah. So you actually forget Finkel. You have me to thank for everything.
Oh, okay. Well, Muckster, thank you so much, man. Because I really appreciate the fact that, you know, she does what she does. Because being from and going through a lot of the places I've gone through and traveled through for work and stuff, I know the kind of places she would venture into
Oh yeah.
for that
Yeah,
kind of outreach.
She does good work.
Yeah, it takes a set of ovaries, you know, big old ovaries on her to do what she does. I don't know if my balls would be that big. You know what I mean? But yeah.
I don't like the image, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll stick with the ovaries. Yeah.
Right. I don't mean to be insulting towards anybody's religion or anything.
No.
I mean,
No,
I
we're having fun with you, man.
I really like I like the like what's on the screen right now behind everybody. I couldn't resist. I had to make that's the new, you know, for Title IX. That's the new education department building.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe,
It'll work though.
yeah. I was going to put on my Antifa Sunday go to meeting yellows. Okay, that's my Grateful Dead, one of my Grateful Dead T-shirts.
I guess that goes with the poster behind you too, right? Yeah. You're not a fan, are you?
Did you used to follow them around?
No, I never like followed them like the Deadheads.
Yeah.
But I've been to 4 or 5 Dead shows. Yes, I have seen the Dead in concert, in person. Well, I could tell you some stories too. I don't know how appreciated it would be, but yeah, I've been to Dead shows. Never followed them in as much as if I was someplace and they were playing and I could go see them, I would.
Yeah. Cool. Sometimes we have that show here sometimes ourselves.
But I didn't. It's not like I packed up a bag and stuck out my thumb and followed them across the country or anything.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of people that did that. A lot of them, they'd make like Dead T-shirts and stuff like that. They'd sell them in the parking lot to get the gas and food they needed to go to the next concert.
Yeah, it's called Shakedown Street. The album Shakedown Street, it's got Shakedown Street, of course, on it, but it's got I Need a Miracle. It's got the Ballad of Stagger Lee. That's a good one. That's a real good one. But yeah, it's got some real good tunes on it. But yeah, the Dead, man, they've all around the world, and the offshoots of the band and the side projects they've did, like Cats Under the Stars, which is like the Egypt tour and that kind of stuff. Bob Weir, the Kingfisher album. It's got like Big Iron on it. You want to talk about some old country western tunes, you know? So these guys, man, they do some deep dives into you know, folk type music, you know, ballads and bluegrass and oral tradition and word of mouth stories, you know, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I find interesting about them.
Yeah.
That's what I find interesting about music, you know, general. I need to go ahead and get up out of here. I believe dinner's ready. I'm
All right.
hungry.
Enjoy your food.
What kind of chicken you having?
Turkey chops and sauerkraut and mashed potatoes.
There you go.
Yeah, it's my daughter-in-law can cook, boy.
All right.
But
Enjoy.
y'all have a pleasant. Yes, I will. Y'all have a pleasant evening. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Yep.
We'll
See you tomorrow, probably.
All right. Take care.
4:30. Remember, it was 4:30, right, Muckster?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4:30.
I'll be there. I will be there.
Yep. Yeah. Do you have chicken today? I had some chicken.
No, I had supposedly lobster cake.
Oh,
It
that's
says
right.
on the box made with real and fake lobster. You want to guess the percentages?
Yeah, well, probably more or less fake than real.
Yeah. But it tastes good, so who cares?
Yeah, it's probably made with fish or
Yeah,
crab meat, some fake type,
yeah.
It's probably fish.
I don't know if I have any chicken in the freezer. Could
I
have
had
chicken tomorrow.
I had chicken tenderloins yesterday. They were good, and then I had like some fried chicken today, like a breaded chicken, and I do have some chicken breasts that I need to cook tomorrow. It's kind of a lot of chicken there, right?
Yeah. I could eat chicken several times a week.
Oh yeah, dude. I was gonna buy me a steak, and it was almost $18 for
Yeah.
whatever. It was. I was like, no. I told my lady, I'm putting this shit back. I ain't getting this. It's too much damn money.
I blame the vegetarians.
Yeah. Well, you know what my problem is, Muckster? I got a regular freezer down here, and it's a chest, and then upstairs I got like a regular refrigerator, but it's a freezer, and there's all kinds of meats in there. They're just frozen. I'm too damn lazy to defrost them, so I go to the store and buy fresh meat, and I'll eat that, and whenever I get around defrosting, then I'll eat the other stuff. But yeah.
So Carrie says there were audience members hit.
Okay. I believe something happened. Because you can see the people, I think the people that didn't move that were in the cameras, you can see somebody was giving middle finger and pointing that way. I didn't know what was going on, and they wouldn't show it. But those people didn't seem like they panicked or went anywhere. But they said, they kept saying on the news that the shit cleared out quick, like people were trying to get out of there fast. So something happened. Running critical. Okay.
Well, if nobody on stage was hit bad, then I mean, obviously you can't, make up, but you just wonder if it was like when they were wrestling the gun away from the person or something like that,
It says gunman neutralized, whatever that means. We get it. Unalived or what? So you think something maybe ricocheted and bounced off his earlobe, or do you think?
Well, I hope they got the person alive.
A real projectile came out and actually. Okay, so they don't know. Okay.
Because if he's dead, then that just makes all the conspiracies that much worse because people can say whatever they want.
You're right.
Of course, they'll still be saying that he was actually an FBI plant or something. There'll be all that kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah. Somebody else go on live? Oh, Muckster. Seems like either everybody went to go eat or everyone left. I didn't know what was going on.
Oh, yeah, I see a whole bunch of red lights over there on my subscription thing. Although I think a lot of them are all for like the same place. But
So I call her upstairs so she can see what's going on. And ATF is on their way. Oh, okay, because Secret Service can't do that. But I don't know what she did. She screwed the TV up upstairs. She pulls the I got her a universal remote because the remote to the TV messed up.
yeah.
So she can't get it to work. So what does she do? She pulls the batteries out of it. I do not remember how to program it at the moment. You cannot take the batteries out of it and then expect the thing to work. Now I have to reprogram it. So now she's all pissed off up there. Whatever. I got TV back on and got it working for her. She's still mad at me. She told me to go F myself. Me and my friends can go F ourselves. Something like that. Fix my TV. That's why I was saying, screw Trump. He got me in trouble, making me fight. Yeah. I don't know how long you want to go. I'm going to be going upstairs later because, people are going to be punching themselves upside the heads, and that's what I'm going to go watch. But they're going to do it for fun.
Yeah, I was thinking it seemed like a good time to shut down since it all died off. 4 hours. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
I really thought I'd come in, hang around a little while, nobody would come up, and I'd shut down again. And
since Kerry decided to burn, everything on his grill, well, he's no fun. Yeah, people want to see that. That's why they keep replaying it. Now, had his head exploded, they wouldn't be showing it.
Plus, they have no other details, so they have to just keep going over and over the same stuff.
Yeah.
Well, let's get out of here before another 10 people show up, and I'll feel obligated to stick around.
Yeah, then we'll have to stick around. Yeah, Kerry, I would have ate it too.
Thanks for being here, Kerry. I think you were here pretty much beginning to end, weren't you? I don't know if anybody else is still out there, but
all right, yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, and we'll see you on the next one tomorrow, 4:30. Y'all want to?
Pomegranate said we can celebrate. I'm not sure what we're celebrating.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to hit the button. I'll see you guys later.
Yep.